to the stand. I carry that crest in my hand, rain on my shoulders, still I stand. Tell me who wears it like we can. Mud on the boots, heart of gold. Those stories living in the cold, every name that the walls still hold. I was born for this, I was told. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold, we were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. When the pressure comes down hard, we don't flinch, we play our part. Every scar on the badge says more than 1,000 songs before. From the first whistle to the last, we remember where we came from fast. No throne, no crown, no borrowed fame, just a city calling out that name. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold, we were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. Let the whole ground shake, let the whole world know. We don't chase a moment, we are the home. Hands up high, voice up loud. Same old pride, same crowd. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. Yeah. Ooh. Blue till the end, blue till the end. Loyalty stays even through the storm. From the bridge to the stand, I carry that crest in my hand, rain on my shoulders, still I stand. Tell me who wears it like we can. Mud on the boots, heart of gold. Those stories living in the cold, every name that the walls still hold. I was born for this, I was told. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold, we were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. When the pressure comes down hard, we don't flinch, we play our part. Every scar on the badge says more than 1,000 songs before. From the first whistle to the last, we remember where we came from fast. No throne, no crown, no borrowed fame, just a city calling out that name. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold, we were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. Let the whole ground shake, let the whole world know. We don't chase a moment, we are the home. Hands up high, voice
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective and welcome out for another edition of the Morning Show. I do hope you're all doing well. Today it's about Chelsea versus Juventus in a friendly in Hong Kong. We'll discuss the lineup, we'll do the watch along, we'll do comment on events on the games that happens during the game in real time. We'll talk about the halftime, then we'll have a conversation post game, and then also we'll go news hunting to see if anything related to our Chelsea Football Club transfer activity emerges, and we'll talk about it. But more importantly, I do hope you're all doing well. I'm quite sure you've seen the lineup already, but in a bit, I will move to the presentation window so we can look at the lineup. Big up to you too, Ebro, my bro. I do hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you stopping by. Or maybe join in the conversation. And if you haven't, please take a second, drop a like on the video, and also, yep, tell others that we are live. Rumor is my son Kenda is starting. I think he's in the lineup. You have seen the lineup already. So as promised, without wasting much of your time, follow me and let's get into it. All right, we are here. I'm quite sure you've seen the lineup once again. Two insights item there. One, Chelsea and Juventus have not drawn any of their last three matches against each other. So if you are superstitious, you'll be thinking, okay, which means definitely we're going to get a winner on the day. Chelsea haven't kept a clean sheet in 7 matches. So how about Juventus? Anything about Juventus? Nothing about Juventus, but Chelsea. But let me see. I'm just going to go for a draw, but I know it's one of those preseason games that if he ends in the draw, correct me if I'm wrong, would see a penalty. 57% thinks Chelsea will beat them, 22% thinks Juventus will beat Chelsea, and 21% thinks the game ends in the draw. Yeah, then penalties or whatever. I'm not sure the rules of the game. This particular, you could call it an event or competition if you want, friendly maybe. So for Chelsea, a lot of familiar faces there, not except for two, you could argue, call them newcomers. But 26, Robert Sanchez is back, which means he's fully fit. Two center backs, we have Wesley Fofana and Tosin. Tosin probably playing maybe playing one of his last game, or maybe if not his last game for Chelsea Football Club. Left back Yoro Hato, right back Marco Palestra. 2 6s Nicole Jazuli. That kid, it looks like Xabi Alonso likes him. He might actually stay with the first team, or maybe just get out. Maybe he'll be always. The manager will always call upon him whenever we have cup games. Moises Caicedo, of course, the general himself. Okay, we're seeing the Brighton pairing there. João Pedro in the number 10 position. Then 9, Daniel Welbeck. Left wing, Jamie Gittins, who's been in excellent form since preseason. Right back, my boy, Giovanni Kenda. I hope he cooks today. Ebro thinks Chelsea will beat them by 4 goals to 0, but we'll see. Jay, let me look at the bench first before I get Jay in. Jay is on the panel with me. All right, on the bench, let me give me a second here. On the bench, we have Gaga Slonina. I think he should leave Chelsea for his own good, and that's just my opinion. Give me a second here. We have Gaga Slonina, Mike Penders, Ted Cod, Teddy Shaman-Low, Aaron Anselmino, Calvin Diakite, Josh Achampong, Mamo Desa, Olutayo Shobole, Dario Isugo, Reggie Walsh. Who else is there? Reggie Watson, both of them RW, their initials. Romeo Lavia, Dustin Satpaev, Estavo William, Mihailo Mudrik on the bench, Pedro Neto on the bench, Ryan Kavuma McQueen. Not a bad lineup and good enough numbers in the bench. Is Welbeck starting? Yeah, he's in the starting lineup. Let me see. Music to my ears, Tosin possibly playing his last game at Chelsea, or maybe He could play one or two more. I don't know, but let's see what happens. I don't care what happens if he stays, if he leaves. I just like to speak objectively about players and not just stick with when they're started playing badly. But we're not here to talk about how well he's played or how badly he's played. I don't have the energy for that debate right now. But I'm happy to tell you that you're sure to get diversified opinion as we have the captain of the community on the panel here. And Jay himself, Jay, thank you for joining. And Constantine Dunn, the Aussie man. I appreciate you both finding the time to join me on the panel so that our viewers can get diversified opinion. Jay, I'm going to start with you. What do you make of the lineup? Would you have loved to see a different 11? Or you're good? For me, I'm not going to complain. It's preseason. The manager still would want to definitely field certain players to see how they do and then make a decision on their Chelsea future. But let's hear you, Jay. More importantly, thank you for joining me on the panel.
Big up, coach. Big up, Dante. Uh, Big up
Big
everyone in the
Jay.
chat. Look, as
Hey,
you
Jay.
said, it's preseason, so there is no need or no reasoning to complain about the lineup. It has to be whatever the manager wants to try and experiment. So there is no scope for being mad about a lineup in the preseason. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually quite happy to see some faces which I wanted to, eagerly see how they are going to perform for us. Quenda
Who
being
who
one.
are they?
Uh, Quenda being one. I was really waiting to see how he would play. Interesting to see that he's playing on the right, although he can play on both the sides. But primarily I thought he would be our left winger with the Gittins, but both of them are starting. It makes even interesting. Obviously there will always be the questions about what's the tactical formation, how they're going to play, and
Mm-hmm.
again I would assume that this would be a back three in possession. So a back three of Hato, Fofana, and Tosin, and Palestra might be moving, high. But it's a bit interesting because that means Quenda is going to play as a dual 10 with João Pedro, right? Which I'm very intrigued to see because
That's
I
an
always
interesting observation right there, but go ahead.
imagine and thought of Quenda as a winger who hugs the line as a touchline winger. It would be really interesting to see
Mm-hmm.
how he's going to manage it in the central zones while Palestra
He's played a
gives
lot,
him the
Jay,
freedom.
for Sporting. When he wasn't playing right wing back, he was playing the 10 as well. So he's played it quite a lot, actually.
Really, has he played as a solo 10?
Interesting.
Not solo 10, no, two tens.
Okay, all right. So yeah, then it makes sense because I was a bit confused because we have to use Palestra in a more overlapping role. Otherwise, in the defensive area, Palestra being there, it does not make sense to me. But quite interesting to see. Obviously, the defensive partnership is not something I would love. But again, as we mentioned, it's preseason and there is obvious answers to why Colville and Palmer are not starting. They have got a bit of injuries, small knocks. So we have to try new ideas. And uh, Fofana and Tosin, one of them is obviously going to stay. So good chance for them as well to make an impression in the eyes of Alonso. Other than that, obviously the young academy guy Jazuli, very exciting. He has
Yeah, I
shown
was gonna
some really
ask you what
good.
you make of him starting. It looks like he could end up staying with the squad.
Yeah, look up with the minutes he's getting from Alonso, it indicates that he is one of those guys that has impressed him from the academy. He has played a decent part in both those games, and now he's starting as well. And I've actually liked his role as well. Quite a very mobile eight who would like to move forward as well. Good partnership as well with the fullbacks. So would be interesting to see how he plays as well. And Caicedo is there, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Caicedo
so
is on the
it's
pitch.
and again another scenario is to see how João Pedro operates as in the 10 position because obviously he has played majority in the striking position. So yeah, these key dynamics, I'm really looking forward to it. And hopefully Pendas comes on in the second half because that's what we all are waiting for.
Yeah, this kid, Jazuli, Nicole Jazuli, he's the one that born in Australia, right?
Yeah, we've got an Aussie starting, correct, coach?
Is
Yes.
he, does he play, I mean,
He's
probably
only
would play.
16, so no,
No,
he
no, but
hasn't.
the point I wanted to make, actually, more importantly, is that he's way mature on the pitch than his age. Beyond his age,
He
the
is, yeah, yeah.
calmness you see from him and the footballing intelligence, he knows, as young as he is, he knows. Because I was paying attention, given how highly Xavi spoke, how highly he spoke of him, I was paying attention. He knows when to slow down, when to go backwards, when to go backwards. He doesn't force it. And that's not something you teach a player. And on the day I did notice, it comes naturally to him, which is why you could argue the manager he's fallen in love with him. And
Yeah.
I can't say certainly he stays with the first team. I think probably he's going to play a lot in the cup games, maybe. And then if he proves strong enough to play in the Premier League, he gets a chance, in my opinion, because he was the only person. Was he the person that? No, he wasn't the one that played 90 minutes that day. That
No,
was
that's
another kid, right?
Watson.
Watson. But go ahead. Let's hear what you make of the lineup. Who do you think comes on after for the second half?
Yeah,
Probably
big
we
up,
might
guys.
see a wholesome change. Go ahead.
Big up to everyone in the chat as well.
Big up to you too.
Yeah, look, it's interesting, a little bit interesting, couple of little dynamics going on. Obviously, he just wants to have a look at some players and change it up a little bit. These are the games, there's more early on, these preseason early games, you're going to change it up a little bit.
Mhm.
Usually those last couple of games when they're back in England, when you'll see a bit more of a bit more of a pattern, a bit more the players that he's sort of leaning towards. So yeah, look, it's just an opportunity. But like, yeah, Jakuli, he's a very good young player. He's
Is
16,
it
but
Jakuli? Did I mispronounce his name?
Jazuli, sorry.
Okay.
Jazuli with a Z, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he's born in Australia, but he's playing for the under 16s for England, but he's very much on the Australian radar to sign him up when he becomes of age, basically, to get him as an Australian international. So we're after him in Australia, but it depends how good he becomes. Obviously, he's got like 4 or 5 different options. I think Australia, England, Sudan, which is dad from Sudan and his mum's
Ooh.
Australian, and even France as well in there. So he's got 5 nationalities to choose from. So we'll see what happens with that one. But yeah, he's a big talent. He's been at Chelsea for a very long time. He's been there since under 6 or 8, something like that. Yeah, when his dad got him over across. So yeah, his dad is Sudanese, so he's very, very tall. So I expect a very growth spurt very soon from him. As you know, the Sudanese people are very tall. They're very like lean and very, they're all like minimum 6'4" usually, most of them. So even up to 7 feet, most of them, especially the ones in Australia here, they're very big. So he is a midfielder, defensive slash central midfielder. I think that will depend on how he evolves and how big he grows, obviously, because like I said, he's got the genes there to grow very, very tall. So we'll see what happens with that one, he ends up representing. But yeah, very good talent. Yeah, the other one, yeah, like Jay said, Quenda and then Palestra probably overlapping. It'll be probably those back 3. That way, Tosin, is in a central position with Hayter on the left and Fofana on his right. And then, yeah, Quenda, like I said, he played mostly right wing back when they changed his system in Sporting, and then they put him in the 10 quite a lot as well, because he is an assist guy first. Quenda is an assist winger. He always looks for the
Which is
assist.
something I want to start seeing from Gittins.
Correct. Yes, Gittins is more of a take on, shoot, create, but first, basically shoot first, or look to hit the space and then shoot. Where Quenda's very different. Creation is number 1, and then after he's got a very good shot on his left, on his right, no problem. So yeah, but he's played at the 10 before for Sporting. I've seen a few games where he's played there because they were trying different things, a couple of players out, playing lower opposition. So he played in the 10 quite a bit as well to try him out, and he did actually very well because alone probably not, but because with 2 10s, there's another 10, then and Palestra overlapping, yeah, he'll do well in my opinion. He's that good. If you look at his highlights package, you'll probably see more assists than anything, to be honest. If you look at his proper highlights package, from even a little bit deeper, the balls he puts through, the one-touch ball through, yeah, puts it through on goal, and always looking to whip a ball in across, up in the air for a back post header for the the strikers. So
Hmm.
uh, yeah, I'm sure who we have in there, Welbeck and João Pedro, will love to see that because yeah, he does that very well, and that's probably the plan. Him and Palestra from their right hand side, really, I think getting balls into the box for Welbeck and João Pedro popping up a little bit late. So yeah, I think we'll see that quite a bit in my opinion. So
I wanted us to talk about how quickly some Chelsea fans started expressing concern with regards to Marco Palestra's 1v1 reputation. Maybe they're just making SHIT up, in my opinion, because yeah, they watched him again as we usually do with inflated expectation in that friendly match. I think it was the Tottenham player that I wouldn't say mopped the stadium carpet with him, just I think got past him on two occasions maybe. So some of
mhm.
them started, talking about him not being good enough 1v1. I think that's absolute horse dung. I think it's really good 1v1. And that doesn't mean nobody ever gets past him,
No,
you know.
especially.
But of course, he has to be perfect for us to say, yeah, you know what, he's good enough. But no player is perfect. But I want to get your opinion on that. And then I'll hear from Jay too, whether he thinks Marco Palestra isn't good
Yeah.
1v1.
Well, I mean, he's very good one on one because he won. That's what he won, Defensive Player of the Year. In Serie A. So that's because
Mhm.
he's not very good and he did very well. You're never gonna have perfect numbers. You're gonna get beaten every single game
You're a
once,
human
maybe
being. We've
twice.
seen we've seen the best of our defenders in world football make silly mistakes, sometimes primary school level mistakes even. That's what even machines
Yeah, and let's
pre-programmed to you can say to operate in a certain way sometimes malfunctions. Go ahead.
yeah, and he
Sorry.
played a little bit different. It was more in a he was playing.
Looks like Dante, you haven't left
Yeah, my internet.
McDonald's or
Oh,
where
there
were
it goes.
you?
Come back up again. Um, yeah. No, I already had dinner, so I don't need it. I didn't need dinner tonight. I didn't need a Big Mac.
All right, go ahead with what you
um,
were saying.
yeah, I'm not sure what's happened the last week. He just keeps dropping in and out weird. You probably see it. He goes up to 5 bars and then back to 1 bar. It's all
As
over
I
the place. I
said,
don't know
I'm
what's going
lucky.
on with it. But anyway,
We've stopped the
um,
stream on occasions because of poor internet connection, even though I pay 100 plus for internet connection alone. And what happened that
yeah,
right
yeah,
now, it looks like that behavior has started happening only at night and not during the show. So I've been
yeah,
lucky. So
yeah.
it happens. We're kidding anyway, but go ahead.
Well, yeah, here it's prime time now, nighttime. Nearly 9 o'clock at night. So yeah, it's quite busy now. But yeah, look, Palestra, you can't make nothing. It's pretty much his first game. New teammates, young kids playing around him. Himself, he's still. Let's not forget, he's not an. He's not. He's still a young guy. He's not. An experienced head. He's only 22 years of age, so he's got a lot of experience, but he's not an experienced head. So it'll take him time for a little bit to adapt, especially when you're playing with guys that you're not really going to be playing with most likely. Well, then it can be quite a bit chaotic, a bit, you know, uh, basically what we saw. So I'm not too worried. I've seen him play, and he does a very good job one on one. When he's playing as a right wing back, especially because that's his position, he can actually work his opponent over. He does that very well because he's got a very strong, like a long engine, so he goes up and down a lot. So you're working your opponent over as well as in aerobically, and then
Hmm.
they struggle to keep up with you defensively and offensively. So it's a little bit more on that right wing back. It's a bit more, yeah, working your guy over that you've got the matchup on as well. exploiting his weaknesses. So yeah, he's going to get beaten. Of course, he's not perfect. He's going to get beaten every game because where he plays and the risk he's allowed to take because he's got that license as a winger. He's got that
Hmm.
license. You're allowed to risk it every now and then. So we're going to see it more and more. But yeah, I'm not worried. He's a very good player, and once it's in a proper setup, in a proper, the proper players. Once he gets a bit more familiar with the players around him, he'll be just fine. I'm not too worried.
Jay, is that of any concerns to you? You heard the question, or you want me to repeat it?
Look, I won't say it's a concern, right? Because he is not here to do that job primarily. He is being, brought here by Alonso specifically to produce something uh, which is more on the offensive side of his game rather than defensive. So I would say that yes, he is not that great defensively, but at the same time, that does not mean that the player is shit. I can say both things. I think he lacks the defensive discipline, but at the same time, he's
Are
still a
you
good
going
player.
just by are you going just by the friendly he's played for us already, or
No,
have you
not at all.
watched him?
Because
Do you
when
have
we
enough some sample size to justify that argument?
Yes. Because
Okay.
when we signed him, we I had this discussion with Dante as well. So it's not based on this. I told him, or we discussed it at that time that he is going to get beaten 1v1 because his style is quite passive in terms of defending. He delays the attacker rather than actively hunting down the ball. He would delay the attacker and he would. Move backwards. That's his style, and we have seen this with a lot of defenders as well, which is on the passive side. It's not actively defending, right? So that is why there is more chances of him getting beaten, and that is what we saw in the friendly as well. And I am quite sure that we are going to see a lot of this in the Premier League as well, because that is just the limitations that he has, and he's quite young. It's not like he cannot develop this. I think with age, his defensive game would improve a lot. So for a young guy, I don't, believe that this
Not a
is
concern for you.
not a concern at all. Because as
Hmm.
I mentioned earlier, that he is going to do something different. As a wingback, he is more, more. How do I say this? He's more. I mean, he's more given more confidence by Alonso to go
Adventurous.
and
He's got a
attack.
license basically to.
Exactly, the license. And hence why when he's making those mistakes, it's not something that I will scream, oh, how can this happen? Because I'm obviously going to get prepared. And wingbacks are those areas. You are rarely going to find a player in that wingback position who is going to dominate both sides of this game. Those are world-class players, obviously, and we don't see them often. There's always going to be players who is either good defensively or either good at, in the attacking areas. So for Palestra, he's good in the offensive part, and that is what Xabi Alonso wants from him. So I think we can say this without any shame or without any, anger, that he is good offensively and he lacks the defensive discipline. And I don't think there is any harm in that. And also to clear the thing about the award, I talked about it with Dante at that time also when we signed him that the award, these modern awards are uh, these modern awards are heavily relied on offensive outputs of players. So since he plays in a defensive position, he automatically qualifies for that award. But it's his offensive output, his progressive passes, his progressive dominations, and his impact on the flanks, rather than the defensive metrics that won him that award, rather than proper traditional defensive work. So that is why he got that award. That
Yeah, a
does
little
not
bit, Jay, but
automatically mean,
also
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
So you're
but
that
saying,
also
does
he's
not.
actually
okay, go ahead,
his
go ahead,
defensive
Dante.
stats are very good. His defensive stats were good, well, because that's why he won the award. Because he's at the 94th percentile for ground duels won. Now that is very high. Ground duels
Look,
79, ground duels won 94%. So these are
Mhm.
extremely numbers defensively.
Here's my takeaway from Jay's response to that question. He's not too concerned about the defensive aspect of his game, and that's because we signed him for a role, which you could argue not necessarily a defensive role.
yeah,
Am I misquoting you, Jay? Did I
No, no.
misunderstand
For
what you're
example,
saying?
today's formation, coach. It's the perfect example, today's formation, because
Hmm.
we are going to see three at the back in possession, and that is why Palestra is going to move forward and get involved more in the attacking area. So that is his role. That's why he
All
has
right.
been brought here. And that award, just to add
The
the
only thing
details on those
that's
awards,
different is he'll actually have to get back as a back four, not as a wing back, as a back five. So that is
yeah,
the difference a little bit in this type of formation.
All
yeah,
right, go ahead, Jay.
right.
Were you still
But
talking so that I can catch up in the chat and bring on Bobby? Let's hear his thoughts on the lineup.
again, just to add the details about the award that he won, he's really good at dribbling, right? His final third presence is so good. His
It's
goal
good, Ed, really,
contributions were
too.
really awesome. His goal contributions were really awesome as well, and that is why he collectively won that award. He was not
Hmm.
bad defensively in Serie A, but those numbers were not outstanding, right? The outstanding part of his game was in the attack, and hence why he won that award. If it was solely seen from the defensive point of view, he was not going to win that award. That's all I'm saying.
All right, thank you so much.
But
I'll come back to the panel
sorry,
that we'll hear. Go ahead.
let me
We'll
just
hear
add
from.
quickly, coach.
Mhm.
But this is why he won that award, because 90% ground duels won. Now that is extremely high. It's very, very
But
high. Like,
Dante, ground rules can be anywhere on the pitch,
you
right?
don't see that often. So,
But it's still a defensive
but that's
action.
defensive. That's defensive
Yeah.
action.
Well, again, I'm not
Of
really sure
course,
Well,
about the
it's ground
pitch
duels
and
Jay,
one. You're
video
winning
I
the ball
reports.
totally
back. You're
understand your
winning the
point,
ball.
and I think it's a very good way to put it. He was signed for a specific role, so why focus judge him from a perspective where, yeah, he wouldn't necessarily uh, be
Look,
charged to deal with. Yeah.
from the first two friendlies, he's one of those players who has impressed me the most. So that's where I stand with him. But
Yeah, he is a good player
Yeah,
overall,
yeah.
but yeah, the typical, in my opinion, uh, average fan behavior, watching a player with inflated expectations and then get disappointed and judge that player. But
Because of
that's
that
it.
award he
That's
got, coach. Yeah,
sorry.
because of that award he got, they expect him to be Maldini, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's another thing. So yeah, let's just move on from that. I'll catch up and then we'll bring in have Bobby speak on the lineup. Yep, he's there. And then you think it's gonna be 4-0 Chelsea. It's a friendly, anything can happen. I think we'll probably end up conceding. It's well, but yeah, he's in the lineup here. Music to your ears. I think I've read that one too. No, we don't show the game here. We'll react to events during the course of the game in real time. That's all we do. We have no license or right to show the game here. We don't, not even highlights of it. But even if you see highlights in the title, it will be discussions. That still qualifies as highlights. We discuss the highlights of events during the course of the game. He hasn't looked defensively strong. Okay, that's your opinion, but we'll see. What's this about Watchalong or streaming? No, we're not streaming the match. We don't. And you should know that you're an OG here. Reece James has never made a mistake. Yeah, he's perfect, right? Why are you lying to yourself, Ibro? He's not trash. But a lot of folks haven't seen him play, and for a guy who won Defensive Player, we expect a solid 1v1. And I don't think he's been bad since the preseason. He's not been perfect, not been bad either. And Sammy B says, please, we should get Wanton, Scott, and establish CB as soon as possible. Let's see what happens. Sammy from Ghana. Sammy, thank you for finding the time to join the conversation. I appreciate you. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the conversation. Joining you from Uganda. Thank you for joining. And that's Nwesi Gwasakeri. Thank you for joining. I hope I pronounced your last name correctly. Our squad list for the season is not impressive as well as not Premier League and Chelsea standard. Okay. If that's how you feel, I'm going to leave you to deal with it. Shay Wendy, thank you for joining the conversation. I appreciate you finding time to join the conversation this morning. I do hope you are doing well. But Bobby, thank you for joining. Your thoughts on the lineup, on what do you want to see in terms of progress from the players starting today, and who do you think comes on later on? But Bobby, thank you for joining. Let's hear you.
Yeah, big up, guys.
Big up to you too.
Yeah, it's pre-season, as we keep hearing. Um, one or two players are not yet back, but I don't see
Is
that.
it one or two? I think even up to four, right? Is it how many players? We're missing.
It can't be maybe three or
And I
so.
know
I don't.
you spoke metaphorically. The number doesn't have to be accurate. I understand.
There's a strength, lack of strength in depth that I'm seeing in this Chelsea. The midfield still gives me concerns. Um, I don't know, Nicole Jazuli alongside um, Caicedo. Okay, it's a kid. We're just trying him.
Hmm.
Tosin playing at the back. Achipong on the bench. Okay, maybe they'll change that later. A lot of weakness in that team. I would rather feel that when the season starts, we're able to field a stronger team. I don't like Gittins. I think he's too lightweight. I don't know what's happened to Cole Palmer. Where is he? He's not even on the bench.
He has a knock. We're hearing he and Cowell both um, each has a
Both not
knock.
around. So okay, so
Mhm.
already we're dealing with injuries and the season hasn't started. Let's see. Let's see, but it's not enough. It's not enough. You know, there's still players to be brought in. And they're talking about getting rid of Neto. I just want to laugh. For who? For what you think? Quenda and Esteval and Gittins are going to be able to handle this? You know, Esteval's a beautiful player, but he's a kid. Gittins lightweight. Quenda, well, let's see. Let's see what he has to offer. But he's no Neto. That is the experience and the squad depth that we have been talking about. But let's see. I mean, it hasn't happened yet. But the idea that people think this is a viable option is quite funny to me.
That's why I say, Bobby, we have to, when we talk about players leaving, I think when we address rumors about certain clubs wanting to sign one of our players, I think we should speak about them cautiously, not to just like you usually use you usually phrase it this way, get rid of, and it sounds as if the club is trying to get rid of a certain player. We've heard we're not looking to sell him, we value him. Xavi wants him to be part of the project, and we talked about yesterday how he had a good relationship with what's his name, Enzo Maresca. If Maresca comes in, if Neto indicates that yeah he would want to join City, he's gone, and I wouldn't blame the club if that happens. But right now, we're not looking to sell him. And if we really want him, I think he's not going anywhere. And they, City, I'd argue, they know that because the same report that states that yeah they've started conversations with his camp. The latter part of it does say something to the effect of everything comes down to the valuation of Chelsea. They haven't even contacted Chelsea, but I think they're laying the groundwork for the player to come tell Chelsea he wants to leave. And if that happens, I'm not going to blame my club. Let it just happen on time so that we'll be able to get a good replacement or maybe even better replacement. As much as I like
I'm
him,
not talking
I'm not
about
one.
blame here, Coach. We're
No,
spending
but
so much
that's why I'm
energy
saying
on
we
this.
have to talk about that
I've
cautiously.
I'm
If
just
I didn't
saying
know
that I
you,
wasn't talking about it uncautiously. I'm just
here's
saying that we don't have
here's the
enough.
point I'm trying to make,
There's
Bobby. You
rumors
said we're
out
talking
there that we're
about.
looking at Camavinga. That is the sort of person we need in midfield. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
I've
looking
heard
at. You
that
know,
too. I've heard that
I'm
too.
past that discussion of
Mm.
Neto.
I'm happy you've passed it. I'm just saying we have to do that cautiously so as to get people to believe that the club just wants to sell NATO. I don't know if you get my point there, but I understand where you're coming from. The Kamavinga news, I did see that too. Um, I don't know. I get it. He brings
I don't see it
physicality.
happening, but if they
No,
can make that happen,
mhm.
that would be excellent.
Why
Because
do you, why don't
he's
you think why did you say you don't see it happening?
because they all want to remain, don't they? And you know, there's issues of there's a talk of. I mean, there's the matter of his wages. I don't know how much he has left of contract. So that will determine a cost. You know, it might end up being cheaper to go for an Adam Wharton or an Alex Scott.
But
But
I'd
we've
rather
got to,
Adam Watson because Adam Watson is more equipped, given what would be missing if Enzo Fernandez leaves.
I think, regardless of Fernandez, we need somebody in midfield. The midfield is not big
But
enough.
I think we should prioritize, you could say, a player equipped to operate as a deep line playmaker. Watson has that. I wouldn't sign Kamavinga as a player who's and believe he's capable of operating as a deep line playmaker. We need that balance, and the balance I think we'll be looking for a player with better vision than Kamavinga and better passing range. Kamavinga offers a lot defensively, but in terms of vision, passing range, I don't think he brings us balance, which was why at the time when people were saying we should swap Enzo Fernandez for Kamavinga, and I was telling them what we'll end up doing had we done that at the time, we given Madrid the balance they wanted at the time in Enzo Fernandez, and then getting a player that will mean that we don't have a balanced midfield. We just have multiple players of similar profiles without any of them being able to operate as a deep line playmaker. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not saying Camavinga wouldn't be a good addition, but if we sign Camavinga, you know what, everything comes down to what the manager wants. But in my opinion, I think we need a lot more than him because we're lacking. If Enzo Fernandez leaves, there will be a serious gaping hole there to fill in terms of his ability to dictate the pace of the game, beat the press without even needing to get a first or second touch and all that. But it's my opinion. I'm not saying we shouldn't get Camavinga, but I think we need more than Camavinga in that midfield, and that's my opinion. But Jay, let's hear your opinion before we give the microphone back to those in the chat.
About Kamavinga, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm not the biggest fan of his, and the biggest reason is his injury record. So any player who has a really terrible injury record and he's coming to the Premier League, that's not a good matchup because the injury record is most probably going to get a bit worse in the Premier League due to the physicality of it. So I'm not really sure. He's sometimes a six, can play as a eight as well, but it all comes down to his injury record, to be really honest, and is going to cost a lot of money as well. So, is he the ideal partner for Caicedo? I'm not really sure again. And to be honest, I haven't even seen some solid links with him from reputable journalists. So maybe it's just
It's
some random.
The Atletico do shit.
Maybe I'm not really
I
sure
think so.
about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, the current options looks like it's going to be one of Alex Scott or Wharton, and don't want to be pessimist, but none of these options really fills me with the confidence as the perfect partner for Caicedo in what should be the requirement of Xavi Alonso in that pivot role. So it has to be some sort of compromise. And Wharton is going to cost a lot of money. Alex Scott has been quoted up to 90 million as well, so that is a very high price as well. It's a very typical case. We need a midfielder who obviously primarily has the ability or missed.
All
Primarily
right, we
has the
know the game
ability
has
to.
started already, but Dante, you can still speak on your opinion. I think we need more than Camavinga. Camavinga will be an excellent addition if we can afford him, but even with Camavinga, we still do need more. And that's my opinion. But let's hear you, Dante.
Yeah. Look, I'm not really a big fan either. Camavinga, I don't think we need him. His type of profile. We have players like that. Like you said, we need Enzo Fernandez. We need more creativity, a bit more passing range, etc. Camavinga is more a runner. He plays hard, runs all over the place, little
Defensive.
pass.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's more of a defensive guy, that shutdown guy that will have a defensive job, on a certain opposition. So he's more
Which
of
we have
that,
already.
which we have already players like that. So we don't really
Mhm.
need that.
Mhm.
So I don't think, and not for the price he would cost as well. Of course, if you can get him, for cheap, yeah, then you add him, but not the price he costs, not his wages, etc. It's definitely not worth it.
Mhm.
Then you add the injury record. Every single year he's injured. He still plays, but he's also injured quite a lot, and that's a sign that every single year you're injured. Well, you've got an injury history. It's not just 1, 2 seasons; it's every season he's been there. So and that's in the nice, warm sunshine of Spain. Come to London, cold, freezing, yeah, very different environment. So, uh, yeah, I don't think it's what we need, to be honest. I still, if we
No,
do
we,
go
we
for a
don't need we don't
midfielder,
need him that. I wouldn't mind
yeah,
him if one player leaves from the midfield, but we still need more than him.
well, because he's not a guy you can give the ball to and he can control the game or do anything. Like I said, he's not
No,
that
he
type of guy.
cannot. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like
Hmm.
almost like Caicedo in a way. He'll play similar to Caicedo, just go tackle everywhere, run around after a player, do this a little pass here and there, but he's not going to run a game for you or crash the box or do anything offensively. So it's not what we need. And if you're going to go for a more of a defensive guy to free up Caicedo, for example, well, then you need a big physical guy there. A big like a proper specialized DM that's tall, physical, and can pass the ball very effectively, very good in possession. So I think Henderson will do that a lot. I think I wouldn't be surprised that he'll play quite a bit, Henderson, because yes, his age, etc. But that's what he does best: sit deep, distribution, control tempo, pass the ball around. He's strong on the
Hmm.
ball. He's still very strong off the ball as well. He puts a lot of tackles in, and he doesn't have a big radius. He doesn't need to get out of that comfort zone, that central area, because playing with two defensive midfielders gives you that security. Caicedo can then be the one that can leave now, and that will really suit him a lot more as well, Caicedo, because if he leaves normally, well, there's no one there to cover. Now he can leave, like a Henderson will always be there. So I wouldn't
Hmm.
be surprised to see Henderson play quite a bit, to be honest. Uh, you know, just because of his ball retention and the way he passes the ball, he's a very, very good passer of the ball and controlling the tempo in the game. So yeah, if there's a partner there, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised that if Enzo's not playing or injured or he leaves, Henderson would be, you know, involved quite a bit. And don't look at his age. You look how he played last season. Look how he played and what he gives you on the pitch, and that will show you that age doesn't matter. That his age, he can still do it at a very high level.
Yeah, okay. We are how many minutes into the game? 16 minutes into the game, and it's been all Chelsea. We've had a couple of opportunities there, a lot of fouls by the Juventus players. I must say, Quenda given a very good account of himself. He's been threatening that kid. What a signing he will
He's put
prove
in
to
some good
be for
crosses.
us. Yep, yep. Caicedo, the captain on the day, and I like that. So yeah, the pitch also still as bouncy as the Australian pitch.
Yeah,
So
they're gonna be
this
dry.
they have come on. Ooh. A lot of good stadiums, but I think they have poor maintenance culture in terms of the pitches.
Well, coach, because it's
But it's
different
been
season. I
all
think.
Chelsea.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
the wrong
Go
season
ahead.
here. That's why. So those pitches are never gonna be good when
Oh,
it's the
okay.
weather, etc.
Yeah, it's been all Chelsea since for the entire 16 minutes. I don't think they've actually had an opportunity on our end. Maybe that at the time after the game was going to start at 6:45, I didn't know it was going to be 6:30.
Yeah,
All
Juventus
right,
are not very
AM
good.
for
They don't
me.
have the best of
Mm,
players.
yeah, Camavinga is a runner, but he's got very good left foot in him. Yeah, more defensive. So if we're looking somebody to fill in the Enzo Fernandez is a shoe more like Watton over him. Even though I wouldn't say Watton can measure Enzo Fernandez's vision. My word, what a control by Palestra right there. Come on. Let's go. Yeah, we've been the better side. Ooh. Huge touch by who? Jazuri. Jazuli, not Re.
So
I
I
don't
can't
know
watch the
which one
game.
is faster, the one on the video on my iPad or the one on the screen.
This
All right,
Yeah, I'll
more
just
this
likes,
follow the
low
people.
screen.
More likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Sorry. Sorry, what did you say?
I'm
I'll be
I'm
back. I've
saying
got an
this.
incoming call.
Yeah, sure, Bobby. Um, this low block issue is quite frustrating. It has been a quite frustrating, topic for Chelsea for quite a few years, and even in this friendlies, we have seen this. Juventus has been sitting in that low block from the beginning of this game, and even in the last game, we saw how we were trying really hard to break the low block, but yeah, it's quite frustrating, and
Yeah,
he
I think
held on the
eventually
ball
we'll
for
get.
too long.
I like a lot of team. I would like a lot of teams to play. I would like to see a lot of teams play like that against us during preseason. That will help the manager work on something, find a way to deal with them. But I think we have a lot of players who's going to be able to effectively take care of such situation. They've been committing a lot of fouls, and the ref didn't give that one. What's the name of that Juventus manager again? He's an OG. Is it Spalletti? Right? Am I mixing things up? Dante.
Yeah, Spalletti, yeah, yep. It's Spalletti. Yeah, he took over.
I
The way they're
dislike this
going.
type of game. Now, if they get one chance, I could actually score. Nice save there,
Yeah,
Sanchez. Oh, did
they
he touch
almost
it?
scored.
They almost scored. Yeah, that's usually what you get from this type of game. You get tons of chances. They defend very resolutely, and then get one single chance on your end. Boom, it's a goal. Yep, that was nearly a goal. Not nearly though,
Spalletti is
because
a
he
good
was
coach.
going wide. But
Yeah, Spalletti is a
big up
pretty
to
good
you.
coach.
Too. Always nice to see you. Let's hope for a win. Let's hope for a win. It's a preseason. I wouldn't mind that much, whatever the outcome ends up being. But I hope we win. A win can go a long way. Yes, his name is Luciano Spalletti. Yeah, an OG. Fofana, sometimes it doesn't give me joy. The sort of thing he does. You got the ball and you're facing your own goalkeeper, right? Facing, staying in a vertical, the horizontal instead of looking vertical. And someone
Panda
was
and
right there. Come on, let's go. Oh, good play right there. Excellent run up from Palestra there, and Quenda an intelligent pass there to just lay for him on the flanks there to put in the box.
yeah, some really good partnership between Panda and Palestra in
Yeah,
this match.
good there. Yeah.
That would be their
More
job.
likes, people. More
This
likes.
game.
19.
Get it out wide and get it into
Sorry?
the strikers.
Yeah. 19 likes, people. 19 likes. We should be doing a lot better than that. My word, this kid, Kenda. Jeez, that should be a foul, wasn't it? But I'm happy we signed him. I
Well,
started paying attention even more
yeah,
when Nani talked about him. I think he was on what's his name, the former Manchester United Legends show. He just, I think, out of nowhere started talking about Kenda.
yeah.
He was on
I saw that.
Reels. He was on Ferdinand's show. Yeah. That was when I started paying even more attention. That kid is good.
Yeah, and this is probably why we're okay if Neto does leave, if they pay the money that we want, and if Neto really wants to go, well then we're not going to keep the player. So
Then it's
that's
bye, Felicia. Yeah.
yeah. This is why, because he suits the system going forward, he's played in that system for 2 years now, Quenda. So he's played as a wing back in that right wing back position, and like I said, Jay, earlier, he's played in that 10 position. He didn't, so that inside position, because yeah, like I said, he's an assist
And
guy
then
first. So
honestly, he's more equipped. Mhm. He's more equipped.
he is more equipped. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
He's not really a touchline winger. I
Neto
heard
is
Jay say
more
he's a touchline
experienced.
winger, but
Yeah.
yeah, he hasn't been that for a long time now. He hasn't been a touchline winger. When he was younger, yeah, because that's what he was, fast, etc. But when Amarum and then the new coach came in, they changed the systems and they played that system well. He had to play as a wing back, and he played majority of the games as right wing back, some left wing back, but
Mhm.
mostly it was right wing back, and like I said, some 10 as well. So yeah, he's well equipped for that. And yeah, is Neto, you know, he's not as well equipped. I thought he might be, but we saw that last season when Rafinha took over. He was pretty bad when Rafinha changed the system for a good amount of games. He really struggled really badly in that system, Neto. So
I am ashamed myself in the sense that I learned that very late, that as much as I respect his numbers and his, you could say, commitment and selflessness, I learned very late that he's that sort of player that needs tons of space to be effective.
he does, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, no, I usually think, I don't know, maybe I was paying attention to his, you could say, exploits on the pitch haphazardly and didn't really realize, really realize, I can't speak this morning, that yeah, in terms of beating his man, it's not something he can do consistently except if there's space to exploit, unfortunately. But I still keep him. I wouldn't mind keeping him given his experience. And if if there are spaces in behind the opposition line, if he can find him, he can do something nice with the ball. But
Yeah, of course.
as you've explained, because we have Kenda, a much better dribbler, and if Gittins can turn it up like he's done since the start of the preseason, then I'm good, really. But Kenda, I've always had confidence in him.
Yeah, and like I said, the system fit is a match for him as well. So that's always a bonus. That always you're gonna be looked at a little bit differently because of that. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Wait, even Nicholas Jackson not on the bench, right? Did I miss it?
Um,
No,
is
he's
he?
not.
No.
Well, Neto is on
He's
the
not.
bench.
Is he?
Jackson has to be. Yeah, Neto is on the bench, so Jackson must be also. The bench is quite big,
No, they're there.
but I
Jackson's there. Jackson's there,
but I doubt
and
both
Okay,
of
he
them
is.
will
Okay.
play.
yeah, they're all there. It's just you got to go to the next page to see it. There's so many.
Oh, okay. All right, more likes, people, more likes. 23 likes. We should be doing a lot better than that. And we have 83 people following the show. If 5 of you like the video, we should have at least 40 likes. But the signs are good. I liked how we pressed a lot better than we did in the last two friendlies. We pressed with intent and strategically, so ensuring that we left no passing lane for Juventus, and I like that actually. They nearly made a mistake. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Good. Gittins is looking more confident. This game not even close in any way, but it's that sort of game. As badly as they played, if they get another chance now, they could put it away. Football, okay, it's a cruel game. All right, apparently has been linked with a move to MLS. I think he will take it. The Saudis were interested in him, and I knew at the time if he missed it, he might not get that opportunity again. And probably because he's more crap than he was at the time, they don't want him anymore. Yeah, it would be perfect for him. Kim, so nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. The person has been excellent. Big up, Kim, so. Jackson is on the bench, okay. Mudrik is there too, yep. Thank you. I didn't scroll down as I should to see everyone on the bench. Yeah, there's that thing, Jay, have you noticed what that thing that Fofana does? The horizontal pass is always a risk. Always try to
Yeah.
navigate. Okay, come on. Oh,
Look, I'll be honest. I try to ignore Fofana as much
man,
as I
this
can
kid and
during the
his
matches.
pressing is also superb.
We need some precision in the box. Oh, we're doing quite a lot good in
Let's
around the box, but
go.
we need to do something.
The cross, right?
Well, I saw a
The
couple of crosses. I
crosses
just saw
needs
some
to be
highlights.
I'm really
Welbeck should have probably scored one of those headers. It was put on his perfectly from Quenda. So surprised he missed it.
yeah, exactly.
man, we're cooking them, but it's preseason. We could still end up losing this game. But as I said, I wouldn't mind. So Moani is back at Juve. He was on loan
Yeah,
there, right?
he
And
was
then
on loan
from
at
there
Tottenham.
to Tottenham on loan, right?
Yeah,
But his parent club, even still, was PSG.
yep.
Let's go! If I knew Lukaku at the time when the Saudis were interested, I would have even begged him to please go. But he didn't, because probably he felt like he was still the best in the world at the time. Didn't take that opportunity to go get the bag.
He'll get quite a bit in the US. They do pay quite a bit. They have
What changes would you like to see, Jay?
I mean, I would move
But they pay
Pedro
in
as a
bulk,
striker.
though, not the salary overall.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
like to move João Pedro up front because he has been anonymous, and that is one of the problems when he plays as a 10. He's just not involved in the game.
Yeah, I think if we get another chance now, I think we're going to score because Juve are coming out now. So if we can quickly exploit the spaces they're leaving in behind, we can get a goal. Yeah, so that call of Moani on bench spots where he struggled due to what? Out of position, possibly. I'm really not talking to you. You guys want to drag me to hell. Let's go. Man, this kid, Jesus Christ. Very intelligent, too. Oh, come on! Didn't really get the pass right. We are smoking them, but it did the goal. We haven't scored. More likes, people, more likes. That was never a foul, in my opinion. Maybe I need to see it again. This guy is really washed. What's this Brazilian? The we nearly signed last time. The one that everywhere he
Douglas.
goes, his girlfriend goes with him.
Douglas Luiz, yeah.
Yeah, Douglas. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that is one way to remember a player.
He's really washed. Let's go, people. Let's go. More likes, more likes, more likes. 27 likes. We should be doing a lot better than that. Fofana, again, that thing we talked about, Jay. He's going to make a mistake. He's going to make a mistake. Unnecessarily horizontal passes, even though someone is right there in the passing lane and could easily, any mistake, just get a hold of the ball and then face our goalkeeper. I'm not sure why he's like that. He doesn't look confident on the ball. Man, this kid, his pass, his first touch, everything about his play, excellent.
When he missed the shot.
What minute are you guys up to?
Frankie, if you have Amazon Prime, go to Amazon Prime, go to sports section, and then you find the game. I'm not sure anywhere else where you can find it. I'm watching it on Amazon Prime.
I'm on
Any
33,
suggestion,
Dante.
anybody?
Okay.
You'll
Some
be
of
That
them
was
are
the
right.
deflection, Jay. That shot from Kenda. We've been walking them, but we need to get a goal from that. But Rugged Frankie, nice to see you. Thank you, my bro. I know. Rugged Frankie.
Well, that was a terrible corner by Quenda, coach.
A terrible corner.
Yeah.
Looks like you're ahead of me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on.
I mean, yeah. I see what you. I
I'm
see
on
what you're
minute
saying there.
34.
Yeah, you're on par with the radar on the screen. For me, I think I'm a few seconds late. The one on my iPad, and it actually says live. So you're a few seconds ahead of me.
I'm way behind. I'm on the 32 minutes right now.
Maybe the McDonald's Wi-Fi. I think you should just drag the this thing and again to go to stay live. Yeah, João Pedro shouldn't be playing deeper. It hasn't worked. You're correct, Jay. Maybe he needs to reacclimatize. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he doesn't really have the people feeding him that ball from midfield either, where, Caicedo and Jazuli, they're quite deep as well, so, and they're close to each other, so he's not really getting, the ball either, to be honest.
Specifically Palmer. I think Palmer always finds him.
Yeah, they look for each other. Yeah, they know each other's runs. I mean, Welbeck's obviously, but Jazuli in there, they don't know the patterns. They're just playing for the first time probably. So, yeah, look, it's not going to be pretty to watch most of the time, but actually we've done pretty well. To move the ball around pretty well. But yeah, it's not going to be that pretty.
I like what I've seen so far. Yeah. And even though a lot of, you could say, vertical passes, but even with that, we've also you could say played with our control. Misplaced pass there by Kenda, but yeah, it was tight.
We're definitely taking it a little bit more serious than the Juventus players. They're walking around, a lot of them.
You could say. Let's go, people. Let's go. What changes would you make, Dante, from what you've seen so far? I think I'm going to go with Jay. Move João Pedro to number 9. Find someone else to play the 10 role.
Yeah, probably is a bit wasted there. Look, Welbeck's just, keeping those defenders there, those two defenders. But yeah, look, João Pedro is kind of looking around, trying to but he's not dropping deep enough to get the ball either. So he's staying a bit high. So you're never going to get the ball if you're going to do that. So.
I think we are wasting both of them, Welbeck and João Pedro, by playing them together.
Well, this is what he just wants to have a look at. This is preseason. He wants to see how that dynamic works, and this is what you do, in preseason.
Yeah, how? Mhm, mhm. We do have a lot of following in Asia.
Like Welbeck is very good, but like I keep saying, he's become a specialist coming off the bench. And when you need goals or you need a goal, because you're getting that ball in the box quite a lot. So yeah, look, it's just preseason. They're just even that the pitch is pretty bad as well. Look how much the ball's bouncing everywhere.
I mean, I'd say the Australia one was pretty bad. This one is better than. I'm sorry, Dante. I
No, they
love you,
are.
but dang it, that one was like a Sunday school pitch. But and you say it's pretty. It depends on the season, and
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
this
Well,
but the
it's not.
stadium
is
was
this
a
in
beautiful
Australia?
stadium. Yeah. No, this one isn't. Is this in
This is Hong
Australia
Kong.
still?
This is Hong Kong.
Yeah, this is Hong Kong. Yeah, I'm just saying the
Oh,
Australia pitch was worse.
Yeah, the stadium they play. I don't know why they played that stadium, but to be honest, because they play more football there, as in the Australian football, like rugby in a way. So the fields are harder for those, but wrong season. Concerts. It's not the right time in winter. That's when the pitch gets the driest and hard, and that's why even the Hero is seeing. It's winter in Asia, basically.
Hmm.
what what kind of football this is by Juventus? They are really trying this in preseason. I'm really shocked.
There's no football. There's nothing really. they're just they're just turning.
They don't have a good squad anymore.
No, they're a horrible team. They haven't got a good team at all. Yeah.
I mean, it feels like Chelsea has requested
What?
them to, play in a low block so they can try it out.
Yo, Jay, that's crazy. Yeah, but my goodness, I think from what I've seen, even though everybody isn't here, I'm hopeful for the coming season. My world, we might end up not winning this season, but yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, and Chavarria is coming. We'll still make a midfield signing and probably one more CB. Wow, we look much better.
Um, Despite being a lot of good signs here, in the type of football, but I
Mm,
still think that coach, this football would require a lot of patience from the fans, and I'm not sure if our fans will be, you know, will be having that much patience because even this football, oh, nice.
we might listen. I think it's important that we be prepared to be patient, but chances are, how strategic we've been because we just these are. I think it'd be accurate to say measured signings. Good work there from Palestra. Measured
Yeah,
signings that will, you can argue, nearly all of them will be plug and play. We're not just signing them for the sake of it. We're signing them, ensuring they're good feet. And then if they come in, we won't need to make, you can say they won't need a lot of time for adjustment. So that makes a whole lot of difference. But I understand we should be prepared to be patient. But at the same time, I think we'll have a good season. It might not be. That's why I'm just a bit not, I wouldn't say skeptical, cautious. Because yeah,
yeah.
we've made some good signings and we have an excellent tactician. At the same time, I'm not going to go to the measure of saying we'll be contending, but we'll be right up
Come
there.
on, come on, come on.
But because yeah, we
Come on,
made a
João
lot of
Pedro, that's
changes.
terrible.
He missed a chance.
That was an easy pass, but he missed it.
Oh, okay. I don't like seeing him deep. I don't like that. But he would tell you he would want to be playing deep. Ooh, yeah, that was. Oh, that was really terrible indeed. I just saw it.
Dante, you'll see it after
Yeah,
10
yeah, I'm
minutes.
waiting.
Don't
Yeah.
worry.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
You see it in 20. You see it in 2027. I'm
I'll
sorry, Dante. We're gonna
I'll
be
see it at the
cooking
end of
you
the
on the
stream. I should
panel
catch up.
here.
I'll
We'll
catch up
cook
by
you
the time we
so
end the
much
stream.
you will need to log out. So you used to play for Chelsea, but he only played one game for us. It was that opening day match against Bali. Really? Oh, Boga, I remember Boga, yeah. Isn't his dad was the person who could save there, Sanchez? Was the agent that said was the person I think that said Mbappe wasn't good enough for Chelsea or something. I can't quite remember. Daniel Boga, I think that's his dad.
No. That's different.
Yeah, Boga was good, but he was one of the signings that cost us our problems with
That's a different
FIFA and
name.
UEFA.
He was Dutch. That's different. He was Dutch and completely spelled differently, the name. That was Bogard. This
The
is just
Boga?
Bogard. Yeah.
Nice. I'm
No, I'm
interested
not
to
talking
end up
about Bogard. Well, I know Wilson. No, I'm not talking about Bogard. No, I know, but Boga, Daniel Boga, that was the scout. I think I will read that again, so I don't throw information at you guys from my wazoo. Yeah, Boga was at Chelsea and then went to Italy. What club did he play for at the time? He was, you can say,
Sassuolo,
I think he didn't quite develop as I expected because he was one of the most talked about. He was one of the most talked about youngsters at the time. We actually, I'd say, it'd be accurate to say Chelsea had to cut corners to get the deal because he was hot. Everybody wanted him. Ooh. Tried to outrun his man, but just couldn't.
Alonso's Leverkusen
Let's
won
go,
a lot of
people. Why are we
matches
stuck at 28 likes?
after the 80th minute.
Sorry?
So I'm saying Alonso's Leverkusen won a lot of matches after the 80th minute. So patience needs to be a key for Xavi.
Mm-hmm. I
And
hope
I don't mind it, you know.
I hope
don't mind it
I hope
because
he drills that into these players. Go ahead, Jay.
I don't mind it because I think this team needs a lot of discipline in terms of being defensively solid. So I don't mind if it's not the flashy football where we are seeing chances after chances uh, until and unless we are solid defensively. So I would actually love for us to win matches 1-0, you know, because we have been missing that part for quite a few seasons now.
Yeah, we only did under Rosinia, where we broke records in one day. I think we broke multiple records in one day.
Yeah, I don't know,
That
man.
game
All
against
the
West
wrong
Ham United.
records. All the wrong
That was
records.
crazy. Give a lot of people false hope, and you could argue also got to him, and then we start seeing some measure of arrogance. You can see we started seeing the arrogant side of him. Felt like he's arrived, changed Sanchez. We saw it coming, and he was the architect of his own downfall, in my opinion.
You mean the Aston
Coach,
Villa game?
Sorry?
Guys,
Aston Villa
let me
game
ask
was
you.
part of where everything started for him. Yeah.
Let me ask you your favorite moment under Rosinho.
My favorite moment, negative or positive?
That's your choice. I don't think there are a lot of positives, by the way.
Oh, there is positive. There actually is.
Probably something a lot of people didn't see. Something a lot of people didn't see. A close up of his hand trying to drink water. His hand was shaking so much, reflecting the fact at the time that he was nervous for that second leg against PSG. That the water nearly started coming out of the bottle, given how.
And it was freezing as well. Yeah, it was cold.
Yeah, how vehemently his hand was shaking, if I'm allowed to use that language to describe it on that day. But not a lot of people saw that. I was thinking a lot of Chelsea fans would see that because that's the sort of thing they would pounce on and cook him with. That was something. But for positive was something I saw in multiple games: the verticality, the more progressive approach. Not you could say I loved that under him, and the freedom with
Uh,
which the players played. Players
you
played a lot
know,
more freedom under him than they did under Maresca. Yeah.
the good part, obviously, if we are to mention the good part, I would mention how he integrated Hato and how he gave him a lot of minutes, which he was lacking
Correct.
under
Yep.
Maresca. So that was something that I really liked. But on the funny side, and I want, this is my favorite part, and I want Dante to defend it because he is one of the best defender in terms of defending the undefendable. So my favorite part was when we were losing 8-2 to PSG. In the 80th minute, he gave Garnacho a paper slip, and I had no idea what instruction he was giving to Garnacho in the 80th minute when we were losing 3-0 on
I
an
mean, I can
aggregate
defend
8-2.
that too, but I leave it to Dante. Listen,
He
you
wasn't.
So
take
that's a task. That's a
as
task,
a
Dante.
manager, you
Go on,
take notes.
go
As
on,
a
He
Dante.
manager,
wasn't
you
for
take notes of
Garnacho.
your observations during game. Ooh, my word! What a delicious carpet cross! Who was the person that fluffed that?
I don't even know. It's
But Jay,
halftime
go
here.
ahead. Who fluffed that?
I haven't seen that yet. No.
But yeah, that was my favorite part. I
Jesus
really
Christ.
loved it, and I
A
was rolling. I was
delicious
rolling on the
carpet
floor.
cross. I don't know whether he tried to control it or whether he tried to shoot. I think that was Palestra in the who was in the box? I need to see that. I need to see the
Well,
replay
we're probably
again.
well back.
Jesus Christ, just stop it in. But all right, we've come to the end of the first half. All Chelsea, from what even without before looking at the number, what the numbers tell us, or paying attention to numbers to see what they tell us. Possession 57 to theirs 40 to Juventus is 40. No, 52.7 to Juventus is 47.3. Shots 4 for us, 6 for them. Shots on target 1 for them, none for us. Okay.
It's
Corners
very
1, we
poor.
won 2,
It's
right?
very poor. It's very powder puff. We're so
Yeah.
far away from being anywhere near ready for the season. You can't get any satisfaction from that performance.
You
So
have to
I
much
would
is
say,
elaborate.
missing.
Bobby.
You're confusing
I
me,
would
Bobby.
say
This is a preseason friendly.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter.
We're not.
Doesn't you
We're
should
not
start
even.
to
We're not even
see
complete.
you
Yeah,
should
go
start to
ahead.
see some signs. You know, Gwenda gave us
You
some
didn't see any
signs.
signs in this game, Bobby?
Yeah, let me finish. Gwenda gave us a
Okay.
few signs.
I'll be back.
Apart from him, the rest was I'm not sure what João Pedro was doing. He was running around really aimlessly. Quenda gave us some signs. Caicedo, of course, the same 7 out of 10 every game. He gave us some signs. Welbeck obviously is rusty. I mean, if we can excuse him, then we may as well excuse Delap because there's been no difference in their performances in these pre-season warm-ups. Look, there's a lot to do in this team, a lot. Tosin looks shaky at the back. Fofana, well, I don't know. The Nico, the kid next to um, Caicedo, there's a lot of work to be done. A lot.
I see it differently. I don't see a lot of work. I see progress is preseason, and how many Jasuris in the midfield paired with Caicedo, the two center backs. I don't think that's the best pairing we can go with. So for me, I see progress, and I'm happy what I've seen from. I get it. Quenda on today, you could argue the best player. Him and Palestra, they were excellent in that half. In my opinion, I have nothing to complain about because we're missing a few players, and this is preseason. I didn't expect it. Even at that, for me, I get it. Numbers say otherwise, but yeah, we did really well. And let's look at it. Kenda 6.3, Kaiseda 7.0, Hato, yeah. I know statistics drives the rating he has right now, 7.0. But if you didn't pay attention to number and go by eye test alone, you'd say probably where has he been in the game? Who else here got a good rating here? I get it. João Pedro playing deep didn't really work. Maybe the manager wanted him to operate at flat, that's flat in the final third, but he's dropping deep and well back going forward. And I disagree. I'm not gonna say give what's his name the lap a chance because I feel like maybe Welbeck hasn't played well in this game. He's not been poor. I think once again we're guilty of watching players with inflated expectations and then get disappointed when they don't meet that. This is not a poor game for me. This is a good preseason game, and the patterns are emerging. And the players, Palestra, especially Nkwenda, combined really well in the midfield. Nicola Jazuli didn't look out of place. It's not been perfect, but for me, this is an excellent preseason. The press and pattern is starting to emerge. We pressed as a unit, not individually like we did in the last two preseason friendlies, but we pressed more like a unit today, and nearly, you can say on 2-3 occasions, forced the Juventus back to make a mistake. So I'm not going to complain, but I'll leave your opinion to you and your observations to you. For me, I see it differently. It's not perfect. This is not what we're going to see by the time the season starts. Definitely, and I'm certain. And we're better off seeing this sort of performance. I hope we see any mistakes that will cause us issues during the course of the season. I want them to happen now so that the manager will implement corrective measures. But that's me, and I can understand where you're coming from, Bobby. You expect perfection, and that's who you are. And it's coming from a place of love. Dante, your thoughts on the half?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you. Bobby's looking a bit too deep into it. It is a preseason game. The pitch is pretty horrible. You've got, like you said, a kid in the middle there. So there's not much connection with that midfield to the forwards centrally because, well, yeah, look, Caicedo is sitting deep. The kid's sitting next to him, basically. And, João Pedro is quite far away. He hasn't dropped deep enough to link up anything. So, yeah, look, there's a few things there, but this is what it's preseason. He's trying stuff. He's looking at combinations, looking at different players. It's just all experiments all over the pitch, basically. So, yeah, I don't look that deep into a preseason game like this. Not these ones. When it gets to those last couple of games in London, the last couple of games before the season starts, you'll see a much more structured, much more better starting 11, etc. And you'll see a lot more. At the moment, it's a bit of everything because that's what he wants to see. He's experimenting. They're looking at things, and yeah, it is what it is. But we've been the better team by far anyway. Even though the stats there, we've been the better team. Just haven't
We've had
linked up
some
very
good
well. Haven't
opportunities, really.
capitalized.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't linked up, and that's because there's a lot of players playing. They haven't played together before, so it's disjointed, and that's what it's going to be in these preseason games
I'm
because
I'm
there's going to be always
actually
players.
impressed at how you could say how much you've played as a unit more than the disjointedness. The disjointedness has actually
Exactly.
reduced a lot
Yeah.
more
So we
than we saw in
we
the
look
last
much
game.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we look much more of a unit this game than previous, and it's still a mix of players, but it looked much better. We basically pushed Juventus back. The right hand side, yeah, with Quenda and Palestra looks really good.
That
Those
that's that's a
combinations.
that's a delicious combination that I love. So I like both. It's early days, but the signs are good. To
Yeah,
just not to, you could say, overstate it. But their combination has been excellent, and Kwenda's footballing intelligence did show in that half. Let's see whether he finishes the half. I think probably not going to finish the half. But go ahead.
yeah, and that's the thing. They'll probably change 8 to 9 players now anyway. So, yeah, look, it's not that deep right now. You're not, you know, not looking at that and saying, "Oh my God, this is how we're going to be in the day one." No, it's not going to be nowhere close to this. It's going to be much, much better. But yeah, I wouldn't be worried too much, Bobby. Yeah, it's
But
experiment
you can
time now.
understand his concerns, right?
No, not really. I see it differently, like you. I see it quite positive,
No, but
actually, and
even
quite
at
good.
that, I try to see it from his perspective. You understand? He wants
I can see from
perfection
his
now.
perspective, he's
Yeah.
expects like to be
It's not a
like,
concern. It's an observation.
yeah,
Okay.
he
Um,
expects it to be
I'm
much
not.
better, but
It's not a. I expect a little better, certainly
Okay.
individually, but
But and
you
you
can
did
only
say,
do what do
go
with
ahead, Bobby.
what you have, and that's what we
All right.
have. You know,
Mhm.
Palestra, yeah, he's been okay-ish. Will he be able to take the physical challenges he'll get in the Premier League? Well, we'll see. He hasn't shown that he can't. Kenda has been our most positive light. Gittens, well, I'm yet to be impressed, to be honest. The point is right that João Pedro has had to drop too deep, and even when he did, it wasn't good enough. Welbeck clearly rusty, but after seeing how Welbeck is performing, it's made me be less judgmental of the lap.
Yeah, Welbeck should have put
At,
that header away early on. Quenda put it right on his head, and for
there you
him, the
go.
way that should have been an easy chance for him.
Usually he
There you
puts them
go.
away, but he's
Now,
rusty.
if that
That's
was
why I
the
see it.
lap, we'd all be screaming blue murder.
No, why would
Um,
I?
no,
Why
what
would I be
I'm
screaming that way?
talking in general terms, you know,
Yeah, go
because
ahead. I understand,
there
Bobby.
are
Go
some
ahead.
people that we just don't give any respite to at all. Um, you know, if Delap had made that error, it would be doomsday for him. So yeah, I mean, it's preseason for everybody, isn't it?
Hmm.
Pato, average. Caicedo has shown himself. Caicedo is always Caicedo. Um, Tosin always Tosin. Um, you know, Fofana, well, average. That's just how it's been. But you know, the caveat is indeed it is preseason. Players are getting into their stride, and the manager has to change stuff and try stuff. A lot of criticism of set pieces, but when you think that the set piece guy only more or less got there yesterday, or was it the day before, I think that's harsh as well. But let's see. As long as we don't make a fool of ourselves and do something silly, you know, it's never good to lose a game. If anything, you just keep it as a draw. But really, with the possession we've had, we should be winning this game.
There will be penalties if he ends in the draw, right? Straight up penalty, no extra time. Because
I have
these
no
are
idea.
usually, I get it, they are friendlies, but they're usually mini competitions, aren't they?
Yeah, but we didn't because we lost. I think. I don't think we. I don't think we, you know we're because we lost. We didn't get the points against Tottenham, etc.
Oh, it has a league phase. Oh,
Yeah, it's like it's all mixed up, but yeah, basically you got to usually win to be, have that extra sort of game and a little bit of a preseason trophy or whatever it is. But yeah, I don't know how it is this season, but once you lose, pretty much it's pretty hard to get anything back after that.
that's fine. I'd rather we underperform than do well during the season. So, and I'm going to say this again. How you can say poor preseason doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have a bad season. And as I've
Well, no,
said, yeah,
look at under
mhm,
Maresca, we got smashed by Celtic 4-1. Let's not forget. And so in
lost
preseason,
to what's the actors team?
yeah.
Did we lose or did we draw? I think they beat us. No,
No, I
did
remember
we?
Celtic 4-1 loss. Yeah,
But
so
I
that
remember
was
the
everyone
Celtic
going
one.
crazy.
Celtic one was a bashing. I'm
Yeah,
I'm talking about the one Ryan Reynolds team. Was it a draw?
I think a draw that one. Yeah,
Okay.
2-2.
Country
I remember.
Celtic
I can't remember.
4-0. What was it?
Yeah, it was bash. The goals were too easy
Yeah.
that day, but yeah. All right. Let's see. Coach, look at Palestra. This is how a right back should attack, not Gusto, who's always too scared to attack and pass the ball back. Here's the thing. To Gusto's defense, I think we haven't used him consistently in a particular position. That you could argue for a young player will impact the way he develops into a role. And that is my opinion. That's the start five. I hope it comes on. I'm not a fan of Sanchez. I think he's the best we have at the moment, even when, especially when compared to Pendas. His Premier League experience commands his box better than Pendas, who's taller, who should be doing that much better in that aspect. But I think eventually Pendas, he will be trained or drilled into learning how to command his box better and use his height to a greater advantage. Yeah, let's see. We need Mudryk to play. I think he gets to play. Maybe I'm not certain. How many corners has there been so far? 2 for us, none for them. Yeah. So the second half will be starting soon. Bobby, what changes would you like to see? Any player you'd like to see in particular come until you see how he plays?
Well, you can see how difficult it is. So maybe in the last 10 minutes, you can give Mudryk a run out, because if he comes out earlier than that, he's probably going to be humiliated. I mean, the usual changes. We'll have to see. I would like to see Sapayev. I like that kid. I think he's 18 on the 12th, so he needs to be blooding himself into the first team squad, which I think he belongs there for sure.
Mhm.
There will be changes up front. The lap will probably come on. Yeah, I'd like to see Josh come on for Tosin at least. I don't know what's happened to Colwill and Cole Palmer.
Precautionary, Bobby. Just
I heard
precautionary.
both have
Precautions.
not.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm
So yeah,
yeah,
I
leaving
mean,
them out has just been. Yeah, go ahead.
there needs to be wholesale changes. You know, I'd like to see Penders come and get a run, and we just continue exercising the players.
Hmm. I'd like to see Pendas too. I have to agree. Dante, how about you? What changes would you like to see?
Probably 10 changes, which we'll probably will see. So yeah, it doesn't really make a difference, to be honest, because they're going to change. He's going to change all of them basically, as it usually leaves one or two, but the rest all get changed. So yeah, yeah. Look, Jackson probably maybe have a look at Jackson. He'll come on. See how Jackson, Mudryk,
Oh yeah,
as
I'd
well.
like to see
Yeah,
Jackson
that's who
too.
I'm keen to see, Jackson.
Mudryk is fit, Bobby. He has been training for a very long time at a very high level, hired professionals to do so. And when he got back now, he did a fitness test and passed it with flying colors. So
But like the
he's
manager mentioned,
yeah,
he needs to see how he adapts
Yeah,
or
match
reintegrates.
sharpness.
Yeah, and
yeah,
how
yeah.
he
No, that is
reintegrates with his teammates.
yeah.
Yeah.
But as in fitness, no problems. He has no problem with fitness, as in, being at the elite level that you need to be. He passed those tests. So, yeah, he hired a lot of people. He hired professional goalkeepers, midfielders. He hired people and he did a lot of work. He kept it at a really high sort of pace because that's obviously, probably Chelsea, helped with that. But yeah, he was training pretty hard. We know he likes to train like that. So, but yeah, he went out pretty much out and spent a lot of money on professional goalkeepers, defenders, other coaches to improve. So yeah, he's ready to go. It's you're not gonna get it.
Oh, he might come
He's been
on.
out of the game, but he's not been out of the game. He's been playing the game consistently since then, basically.
Well, Alonso might bring him on for a considerable level of the second half. Then.
I think so. I think he'll come on. Yeah, I think Gittins, like you said, he has nothing's hasn't happened. Not much has happened at all.
Yeah,
He
and
has
this.
hardly got the ball. So
Mhm. Yeah, and the second half has started. So let's see. All right, let's go. Let's see how this one ends.
yeah, Penda's coming on.
Yeah, I want to see. I really want to see Pendas. All right, more likes, more likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way.
Oh, surprisingly, I think Jackson is on the pitch.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jackson. Um, João Pedro's
Yeah, I've seen
gone.
that run and that hand. Almost like what's his name? Almost like Raheem Sterling. Very really a little bit higher, it'd be like Raheem Sterling's.
So it looks like Jackson gone to the striking position and João Pedro staying in that 10 position.
I said it has been on fire. He's done really well. Hasn't looked out of
They
place
will
one bit.
interchange Jackson and João Pedro for sure. It won't be a stagnant position like it was
Yeah, I
with.
really want to see how they combine. Yeah.
I want
It
to
was
see
with
it.
Welbeck. Welbeck obviously just stayed up high,
Yeah,
but
he will be stagnant, but Jackson won't be stagnant.
He will run a lot more, yeah. All right, Pendas, let's see you. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Who came on? Let's see. I want to see the changes we've made.
looks like Sa came on at the back as well.
Mamodu? Okay.
Is that him? It looks like him. Yeah, Sa's come on.
What about Achipong? Don't say he's
Uh,
another one that won't use Achipong.
Oh,
no, not yet.
okay. Is Josh on the pitch?
No.
Okay. Come
Yes.
on! That was a lame attempt from Palestra. Ooh, he made a run towards the center. He's such an intelligent player, but he had a good opportunity there to score. He made a run. He made a run to the central area. Dante, you guys hearing any background noise?
No, I'm not. No.
Okay, the installation worked. The stuff, the stuff I installed, because yeah, their mom woke up to exercise in front of the TV, and two of the youngest are there screaming. Let's go! We've looked more solid than we were in the last two friendlies, and that makes me happy. I would love Jackson to stay, really. But let's see what happens once again.
Yeah.
Did Lavia come on?
If Welbeck didn't come,
Oh my world! Why are we fluffing chances like this? That was Palestra again, right? He's had two opportunities to score. Anyway, I'm not going to slate him for that. Why didn't he try to find Jackson there? But that was a delicious pass. He has every right to try, but to make it a lot easier, to square it. Did you see that chance? Maybe you can say I'm being overcritical there.
I'm just waiting. Depends. Which minute was that chance?
50, I think 51st minute. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The ball over the top now. Yeah. Very poor shot through the left foot. Yep.
A delicious pass.
And
But
the
I
ball
think the
bounced
better
as
option would
well.
have been to
So
square it. Was it Jackson?
it was Jackson, yeah. He went for placement
Yeah,
instead of
square it for
power.
him.
No, it was Caicedo with the ball. Caicedo with the through ball.
No, Caicedo with the through ball, I know. Then Palestra got the ball and tried to score. Then tried to find his teammate in the box.
Yeah. The ball bounced in the air, so he had to kind of shoot because
I'm not defending him there. I like him, but I'm not defending. Well, it's still preseason anyway. But my word, I expected him to
he
try
hit
to
it.
find his teammate. I think we might still see him. Who else came on, Dante? Yeah, Jackson is on the pitch. The kid Jazuli is still on the pitch, really. Yeah, we're seeing both, and I'm happy. JP and Jackson, Palestra out. Yeah, I couldn't believe that, really. He should try to find his teammate, but wanted to score from there. But these things happen. But if I were the manager, I'd be really furious at him. But that's something, when he sees it now, he'd do something. You know, Jackson is always offside. But he wasn't off in that case. Yeah, I mean, tendencies to get red and be offside, I understand.
And let's not forget, Jackson is very good when it's an open game, there's space. But every time we played against the low block, I think he's only scored one goal, and that's it. Anytime he's played a low block, basically. So he he's completely gets out of the game if we're playing against a low block. He's very ineffective. Nothing happens. He doesn't do nothing because there's no space. He's another player that needs a lot of space to be at his best.
Who are you referencing?
Jackson.
Oh yeah, he needs space too. Yeah, not that much of a dribbler. Yeah,
He can hold the ball up. He can link up really nicely, but and then then run into space and link up, and that's why he looked very good against under Pochettino as well. Uh, But every time we came up against the low block, uh, he cannot do nothing. He scored. Like I said, I think he only scored one goal. I remember we're doing the stats. He only scored like one goal ever against the low block team, and that's over 30 games or whatever it was. So yeah,
yeah. He's a transitional player
Yeah,
too.
but who looked good on the with the low block? Jackson was a guy that got 15
No,
goals
mhm.
each season without a penalty. He's
yeah,
not a
but
bad
Bobby, not
striker
No,
at
but
all.
Bobby, we're not
no.
discounting that. We're just saying, we're just discussing. You could say his what's it called? Shortcomings maybe. And one
And
other
that's when
thing
he's at
that
his
we
best,
haven't
Bobby.
mentioned is how, yeah, he doesn't. We're
When he
just
plays teams
discussing
that
when
are
he's at his best. And we're not saying we shouldn't keep him. And also, I don't know whether he's learned that he doesn't shoot instinctively.
His shooting and his scoring is still dreadful. That's for sure.
Yeah, look,
But
he
I
plays
think he can.
very well against teams that are
I'm
open.
hopeful that he can improve.
He all his goals that he came or against all really good teams because they play an open,
There are
attractive game.
spaces.
Yeah, and there's
Hmm.
space. He can link up really well. So look, he's very good against good teams that give you space because most good teams give you space. But the low blocks where we had a lot of trouble. Well, that's his kryptonite basically as well. He cannot do anything against the low block. He's completely out of the game.
Let's go. The play is too one-sided, but the numbers suggest Juventus they've had the better opportunities. Obviously, yeah, they've been able to hit us on the break.
We've probably had the best two chances, to be honest.
You can check the sports. Is it what's it called? Sport TV YouTube channel. Maybe they're showing it. They showed the first game. I'm not sure about this one, really. But you can try your luck. Yeah. More likes, people. More likes. Douglas Louise with a yellow card. We're stuck at 36 likes. We should be doing a lot better than that. Yesterday we finished, I think, 95 likes or so. Can't quite remember. A good show anyway. But we still have a lot of people, 82 people following the show right now. So we should have at least 40 likes if half of you like the video. That's some foul right there. I don't know whether he thinks he's in the Premier League.
Douglas Luiz needs to watch himself. He's been doing this. He's now got a yellow. If he keeps
Yeah.
fouling, he'll end up definitely with a red.
Yeah, I don't know whether he thinks he's playing for Aston Villa in this Premier League match.
He probably knows he's coming off soon, so he just wants to be a
Yeah.
bit nasty.
Yeah, I agree. Haba is the equivalent of what the heck. And actually, that's the only house my mom speaks. Even though she was all weekend as we were growing up, she was not there with us, everybody. But all of us, my brothers, we all speak Hausa very well. But my mom only knows Haba. Watch Badeshile will be defensive player of the year in Serie A. We'll see. Let him stay fit first. Yeah. No, you can't stream it. The license probably is gonna be too expensive for YouTubers. Yeah, I hope Jackson scores too. I'd take it. Jackson is my favorite. What? Mr. Jace player. All right. I'm tired. I can't read everything. I'm sorry, but I'll try the best I can. So once the game ends, we'll talk about the game a little bit and then go. What is this? We are not serious. We've not been serious in front of goal. That's JP too. Jesus Christ. I'm happy that Anthony Tello has retired from refereeing. Okay. He's what? He's worse. Yeah, I agree. Bobby threw a party after he retired.
That's one less bold the referee.
Yeah. Because bold referees, I don't like them. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We're stuck at 39 likes. We should be doing a lot better than that. Excellent save there from Sanchez. From what's his name? Mike Pendas. Excellent save, really. Ooh, some delicious pass from Esteban William. Palestra, can you put a good ball in the box against this man? But Esteban has excellent vision, actually underrated vision, really. That was some save from Pendas. Yellow card Caicedo, because had he not done that, I think that defender would have been, that player would have been there by himself and probably find the back of the net. Oh, is that how Caicedo got the yellow card? Yeah, Douglas Luiz taking off. Who replaces Caicedo? Who's going to replace him now?
No, let's see.
He's on a yellow. I wouldn't want him to play 90 minutes. And I don't want him to go off. I get it, preseason. I don't want us to lose this game again. Even if we lose, I wouldn't mind, but I would be pained, really. I just wanted to win it.
Doesn't matter, coach. His health is more important.
More importantly, yeah, I agree. Probably at work. Hey, hi to you too. How are you doing? Owusu, definitely a Ghanaian bro there. Yes, I agree. Chelsea are the best.
Yield is coming on as well. Let's see what
Let
he's got.
him go. Who?
Yildiz for Juventus.
Oh, he didn't start. Yeah,
They're the star player. Yeah, he's we've
a
been
tricky
linked with him
customer.
quite a lot. So yeah, let's see.
Why is this guy forcing me to say his name? I don't know the meaning, so when you're forcing me to say it, I get concerned. We were close to conceding right now. Really, really close. But good defending there by Hato. That just flashed in front of the goal. So, Mr. Kurat, thank you for joining the conversation. I hope you're happy now that I've said your name.
It looks like
Your
the
name
changes
is
are happening. 1,
Muiz.
2, 3, 4, 8,
I'm
7
just going
changes
by
coming up.
I'm doing that with you right now. Go ahead, Dante.
7 changes coming up. Looks like it. So all the rest are gonna get
For
off.
us or Juve?
For us, yeah.
That is still Fofana, right? That is very common of him. I don't even have to see his face. Did we take off Fofana? Let me know whether I'm accurate here. I'm going to look at the lineup again. Whether he was taking it, but that looks like the sort of thing, those horizontal passes in front of our goal.
Yeah, he just did it again. Yep.
Yeah, so that is the thing. I don't like that. Is he blind? I don't like it. He does it all the time like a primary school kid. Why horizontal passes in front of your goal when there are 3 players pressing, that any mistake that they get the ball and score against you? I don't like that. I like him. I know he's got it in him. But my goodness, he's done it too much. It's been clear every time. Yeah, you can see, even though I wasn't sure whether he was taking off, I was able to tell, yeah, that was him. He made that mistake again. Jesus Christ. I don't like that from him. More likes, people, more likes. We've gotten it to 42. Let's take it up and see if we can get it to 100. We finished to 90. I think 93 likes yesterday. Yep, Fofana, he's just coming up. That is very common of him. It's irritating, dangerous horizontal passes in front of your goal. And he does it in a way there's always a risk, actually.
So everyone else is coming off that was still left on the field. Yes, 8 changes. 8? 8 changes.
We're probably gonna concede now.
No, you got good players coming on. I mean, you've got Esugo, you've got Lavia, you've got Achimpong coming on. So
But the
it's
quality
just
reduces too much, in my opinion. We're probably not gonna disturb.
Anselmino,
Uh, mm.
Saptaev.
43 likes. Let's keep it going. Let's see if we can get it to 100 likes.
Interesting. Caicedo gave Esugo the armband, the captain's armband.
It looks like they just scored against us because I don't know that name. I told you we were gonna concede Dante.
It's the free kick, yeah.
Did I not tell
No,
you
it's
that? Yeah, I told you we're about to concede. The change was just too much, too many. Irrespective of how good those that were coming in, how good they are, making that many changes, I usually don't like it.
I haven't seen a goal yet. I don't know what minute you.
Okay, let's see. Fine finish. Top corner.
Oh, it's coming
Excellent
out.
finish from Juve.
Who was it? Yildiz? No.
No, it wasn't Yildiz, no. No, I knew we were going to concede. The changes were just too many.
It's an open game now. It's both sides made changes. It's just whatever now. It's
But that was an excellent finish, though. Fine finish by the Juve guy. One. You see that? Bam. I don't think we're coming back from this. I think we're going to lose this one.
yeah. I saw the goal now. Yep, great finish.
Great finish, yeah.
No keeper saving that.
Nope.
I mean, Penders is 6'7" nearly. If he's not reaching it, no one's reaching it.
Let's see if we can come back from it. Who's on now?
Oh, so Yildiz with a beautiful assist though. He got a little bit of a backheel assist. So he came on, made a difference straight away.
Yeah, he did. Uh, 78th minute. We have 20 minutes to get an equalizing goal. Let's see how we deal with that.
Do you see um where Salah went? I can't believe where he went to finish playing.
Who?
What a big downgrade.
Who are you talking about?
Salah, Mohamed Salah.
Oh yeah. Maybe it's a cultural thing.
Yeah,
I
but
think
it's
maybe it's a
not one
place
of
he
the big
life.
three teams. Big four, sorry. It's not one of the big four, big
Yeah. So
money.
that was definitely a huge reason why he chose them, but we don't know.
It's just weird, like, I mean, because he's still, very high level, going from Liverpool straight
Mm-hmm.
to a team like that, that's just a weird move for me. I don't know it's definitely something, yeah, like you say, who knows what's behind the scenes, but that's a very
Yeah.
weird move because
There's something else, because I'm quite sure there were other clubs interested. I think even Saudis wouldn't mind signing him even at his age. He's still a high profile name. I think he didn't just maybe want to go to Saudi or something like that.
Yeah, but yeah, if you go to Turkey, you got to go at least to the big teams in Turkey. But yeah, Transbanpor,
I
they've
mean, the
you
big
know
teams.
yeah, your big teams like Galatasaray, Besiktas, Fenerbahce, the big teams, the big three, basically,
Mhm.
that run football over there. But
Maybe those teams were interested.
well, no, they have already high paying. They pay a lot of money to players, but it's still weird though. Him would go to and not really go to a team that's gonna win either, because they're not gonna beat the other teams. They're not gonna. So it's just a really weird move, to be honest. I was so surprised when I saw it. I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah, I heard the story was about the highest possible paycheck in a Eurozone and not Saudi. Can we try and get an equalizing goal and hopefully not concede a second? We had chances in the first half to score. Palestra with two clear-cut chances and didn't put it away. I'm not sure we can come back from this. Yeah, the cash talk for Salah. I'm not sure why he chose the club he chose. Maybe, maybe you never know. I don't have the energy. I'm sorry.
What's Kenyan Revolutionary saying? Why is he
I
not
don't
backing
want to talk
Alonso? Why
about
is
it.
Nagelsmann already? Jesus Christ, he's already moved on from Alonso.
Hmm.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it looks like we're not going to come back from this one.
It's interesting what. So the last couple of games, every time he's brought Anselmino on, he's put him as a left back. It's a very interesting move, putting Anselmino as left back. I'm not sure if you noticed that, Coach.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I mean, for a big guy like that to play as a left back, it's a bit. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't got that electric pace or that to put him out wide. Very interesting move. That's something I picked last time. I was like, oh, maybe it's just availability, etc. But he's done it again in this game as well as a left back. So very interesting to see Anselmino play there. I don't think he's ever played that in that position before.
Looks like Esteva is going to play 90 minutes today.
Yes, no game time for Neto. Looks like Mudrik's not getting his game time either.
Maybe if we were winning, that's the only time Mudrik gets a chance.
It doesn't really matter, to be honest, in these games. It's win or lose. There's a plan to play them, but it looks like probably he's not going to. There was. Yep.
Yeah, crystal clear. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I knew we were going to concede. I told them on here that, yeah, we're about to concede. It was just too many, in my opinion. As much as I wouldn't care much about the loss, I just didn't like that we're losing, but that's fine. No, and he said it too. Yeah, he said it too, and probably has seen everything he wants to see in the first half. He said, "Look, as much as he doesn't want to lose, but these things happen at this stage."
Especially when you have
You
more players to
listen.
look at.
I'm going to tell you this now, Kenyan revolutionary. You haven't analyzed shit. This is preseason, so just if you all you do is just to find a reason to complain. He hasn't even been here 1 month. You're talking about how Nagelsmann will be a better option. What did you see that made you feel like we're not ready? It's becoming annoying, really. You can't speak objectively. It's preseason. We made 9 changes and considered immediately. How did we play in the first half? I'm tired of reading your shit, honestly, because it's annoying. If you can't speak objectively, I respect your opinion, but no, I won't waste my time reading your opinion again. Kim, so this is not even being the panic bus driver. This is different. This is just him. It looks like at this point, I've respected him enough, but at this point, it just looks like he just wants to be right, or just wants to say, "I told you guys." So it's annoying. We respect people's opinion. We don't really care whether you disagree or not, but you have to speak sensibly, like you have some atom of brains in your head.
Yeah, Ibra, yes, it matters to gel, yeah, build momentum, but that's not these games. This is not for that. The last couple of preseason games, I mean, people should know that by now. These games, you're going to have like we saw 10 changes, 8 changes earlier. Like it's these don't matter. You're not building any gelling or anything in these preseason games. The last couple of preseason games is when you're going to see it a bit more. When he'll choose more. You got all your players back. You're training with everyone. That's where you'll see it a bit more. You're not going to see it, unfortunately, in these games, and that's pretty much every season.
And he's asking me what was positive about the first half. I don't know. Whatever that was positive to you or negative to you, keep it to yourself. Honestly, if you want to have a real conversation, discuss what you saw, be specific, and then we can have a conversation. I just don't like you just coming here and throwing anything you want on there and expecting me to read it for you. You can join the panel if you want to.
Yeah, and we said the positives. We talked about the positives and the negatives. Quenda was Palestra, the link-up play. That how we pressed them back, and we put them under a lot of pressure. They didn't do nothing till basically the last sort of 10 minutes of the first half. So,
Yeah,
that's your positive there. There's nothing else.
we
What
didn't
else do you
just
want?
put away our chances, which was the same issue we experienced against Tottenham. And that's why it's preseason.
Hey, Mudrik's on.
Yeah. We talked about how the press we pressed more like a unit than we did the last time. We talked about that. The last time it was just helter scatter press and wasn't unified, wasn't strategic, and it didn't work. Pedro was just running around, but today it was more like a unit that we actually almost got them to make a mistake. And I like that. We talked about that. We're not saying we're perfect. This is preseason. And we don't even have full squad yet. Or you could say what we will call our best 11 on the pitch. I'd rather we have a bad season and play well, preseason and play well during the course of the season. I respect your opinion, but Jesus Christ, man, this is just you maybe just trying to be right. And I'm done reading your comments until you want to have a good conversation.
Come on.
More importantly, this bro is crazy. I'm tired of you. Leave me alone. Mm-hmm. No, he's a good player. I think the reason he's playing 90 minutes today is to get up to speed. He's still on the pitch, right?
He is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mudrik came
Is
on
he
for
gone?
him. Yep.
We deserve at least a draw from this.
He kept getting
Yeah,
fouled.
he's hilarious.
Yeah.
I respect his opinion, but sometimes he can drive me nuts. Ooh, too much power in that pass. I think another thing we're seeing from Esteva today, he has good vision actually and can operate as a 10. Nothing new, but I'm seeing more of that. I did see more of that today from him. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I'd rather him start as again operate as 9, and then occasionally following events of the game, dropping deep to participate in the play. I wouldn't mind that. Good marking. "86 minutes, 4 minutes to go. Probably not a lot of minutes will be added. And I wouldn't mind the draw, but if it ends like this, not the end of the world, really. That was close.
Delap slammed
Ooh.
the Delap showing his wrestling
But he went,
skills
it
yet
was
again.
50-50 anyway.
I mean, he's showing his
I'm saying
wrestling, though.
this
Yeah.
now. I'm saying this now. It looks like what's his name? Anselmino will stay.
Uh,
It,
yeah,
it looks
I
like
don't want him to stay
Anselmino
as a
will
left
stay.
back. That's for sure. Not a left back.
But the manager does what he wants to do anyway.
As a left centre
All
back,
right,
yes.
50 likes. It doesn't look like, yeah, it doesn't look like we're gonna get to 100 likes today, but 50 not bad. I think we should topple that a bit. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, and also do subscribe to Chelsea Perspective if you haven't. I think we've earned around 40 or more subscribers today. A good try there, the lab. Good try. Chelsea scored. Or is he saying Chelsea to score? I'm not sure. I didn't just like that the many changes we made. I was coming, but it's okay. But Jay, remember we talked about how this game, how after all those chances we were getting and how deep they were defending, they'll get a few chances and then score one.
Yeah, yeah. And that's why I
Football
said
can be
it's a
cruel,
typical.
but yeah,
That's
all
why I
good.
said it's a
Yeah.
typical script.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nothing new. How many minutes of added time, anybody? I'm looking at it. We're still in the 8th to 9th minute.
Yeah, we're all far behind you.
I'm gonna ask that question too. How did he get the captain's armband?
Yeah,
Depends on who
I
the
said that
players on the
Casado
pitch
gave
at
it
the
to him when
time.
he went off.
Well, Lavia is on the pitch. So,
Now they're doing biblical things like in the chat. Verily, verily, truly, truly, I say unto you. All right, I'm done with you guys in the chat. You guys can have fun.
oh, nice. Dilab just
All
added
right.
5 million to
How
his
many minutes
price.
have added? Yeah, how many minutes? One. Salamino, good one there. Ooh. Come on, Delap. Keep going. Keep going. Push him down if you have to. Mm. Okay. Misha got to the ball, put the cap across into the
Wow.
box, but straight to the
Oh,
hands of the goalkeeper.
what a trick by Estevao.
How many minutes of added time?
It's 4 minutes.
Ooh, I just saw that, Jay. 4 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Seeing the woman with the board. Okay. Esther were really trying hard. Doesn't want it to lose that game.
There's no real link up among these boys.
No, the game died. The game, there was just too many changes. Too many changes. I hope they don't get a second. Good marking. Good marking there. Yeah, it looks like the game probably already finished.
Not yet.
All right. Looks like that's it. That should be it.
Yep.
Did we get a corner kick there? No, that should be it. All right, the game finished 56% possession for Chelsea, 43 for Juventus. Shots, 9 shots. Juventus, how many in total? Juventus 9 shots on target, 4 for us, 2 for them. Corners 1, 5, 1 for them. Yep, they got one. They scored one delicious goal. Excellent finish, top corner, unsavable in my opinion. It would take a lot to save that one, even as tall as what's his name was. Even as tall as Penders was, he couldn't reach it. And Rugged Frankie is saying, "I'm not disturbed at the preseason games. Not the first time. CFC is building a team. Everything will hate to play against. Players must bond. That's what matters. I'm not concerned really. And Salmino being played at left back is haram. We don't know. You don't know why the manager did that. But good workout for the players. A good game. And we now know who needs to be sold. I'm just gonna stick with. It was an excellent, very good first half for me, given that it was a preseason game. We created, just like Tottenham, a lot of good chances, but didn't make the most of it. And it's preseason. I'd rather we have a bad season and play well during the course of the season. For me, I would, again, maybe I need to watch it again. I don't think any player, I don't know what player to look at now and say that player was really, really poor. We already know Tosin will be leaving. Fofana, for me, I hate those horizontal passes in front of our box every time he's on the ball. I don't know why he's not able to think vertically, but always finding a reason to go horizontal. And that gives me a lot of concerns. Palestra had an excellent game. Quenda, a very good game, but then I think had he stayed on, he'd have finished the game with a better rating. All the players in the first half did well, but didn't like how the 4-4-2 structure, how the players applied themselves on the pitch. That seems like that structure didn't really help JP. He wasn't as effective as usual. He says Alonso, let's see, Alonso get the audacious treatment. I don't care really. I saw patterns and I liked it. As I said, improvement in the pressing. We pressed as a unit. For me, I like that. You already said it earlier, Fofana, because of his pass. Yeah, I hated that. I didn't
This is
like
my
that.
cue
And I think
now.
the manager himself wouldn't like that. He doesn't think vertically, always going
This is
horizontal, risking, Bobby, I'm coming, risking the goal, risking the opposition getting the
Come on, Bobby.
getting the ball from us and facing our goalkeeper. Nothing new, but all good, bro. Always nice to see you. I appreciate you 100% the lap out. For his own good, I think he should go. Really.
but he played
Conceding just
better
one
than
goal this
Welbeck.
season isn't bad. He didn't. He didn't, in my opinion, but you're entitled to feel the way you feel. Gittins needs to go. I don't think he needs to go. We played how many preseason games? He has 3 assists and 2 goals. And you want him to go because maybe he didn't meet your expectations today. The match is ended. Great performance, great run for the players. It's preseason. When we made those changes, I said we were gonna concede. I hated it. That's one thing I hated about preseason. Had we stayed on, let's say we finished the game with 90% of the players that started, I think chances are it ends in a draw or we win. The match ended. Great performance from the players despite the loss. That's it. That's why it's preseason. Pressing will not win you games. All right, Bobby, let's hear you. You were saying something. You there, Bobby?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Talking about. Yeah, I mean,
You
look,
good?
you when you said you've seen patterns, that's when I said, look, I got to come in because I haven't
All
seen
right.
patterns. That's
And
my
that's you, yeah.
biggest
Mhm.
concern. There are issues with
Mhm.
personnel, and the system is all over the place. We don't even look like when a team defends, we can break them down. Yes, we keep talking about, oh, it's only pre-seasons, oh, we had missed chances. But so far, it's just not good enough. We're nowhere near a start in the season. The personnel don't look like the correct personnel. We've spoken endlessly about the midfield, and there is issues in attack yet again. Gittins is not good enough. He's not good enough. Getting rid of someone like Neto will be an absolute luxury. Um, I don't know. I don't feel encouraged by this because the season comes very quickly, and we keep saying, "Oh, it's only pre-season. Oh, it's only this. It's only that," and then it's upon you. And those onlys, if they're not ironed out, it becomes a problem. I don't see what has been ironed out compared to what happened against Tottenham.
Honestly, Bobby, I think you're overreacting. And without due respect, and I don't mean it in a bad way, I think you're overreacting. I hope you understand that. I don't mean to disrespect you. Just we're having a conversation here. You feel like I said I see some pattern, and you don't feel like you didn't see any, and that's you. For me, I did see patterns, and I will start pattern of good organized pressing. Unlike the last 2 games where we had JP running around trying to press alone, but we pressed as a unit. And as I've explained, we actually on 2 occasions nearly got them to make a mistake. That was good, and we played better than actually we played in the last 2 preseason games. And I've said again, had did not been for the many changes we made, we could have actually drawn this game or actually won it. We created enough chances actually to also win it. Palestra had 2 good opportunities that he didn't put away. But I'm not making excuses for him. I'm just saying, I don't think there's any need for us to get concerned and say we're going to have a bad season because of what we saw today. And that is my opinion. You have every right to be as concerned as you are. And as I've said, I'll leave you with your concerns and your observations. Let's see how things pan out. For me, it's too early. Cole Palmer, not there. Who else wasn't there? Levi Colwell, not there. Morgan Rogers, still not there. Lacroix, still not there. And we're still
Also, yeah,
not done
8
signing players,
players
actually.
missing. Yeah.
So exactly. So the point I'm trying to make here, I think your concerns, I get it from what you've seen. Maybe it does have grounds to some extent, but I think you are, with all due respect, overreacting. This is preseason. And when we started discussing, having a
Early
conversation with
preseason.
regards to the lineup we're seeing or what we're seeing, I think at certain points in the first half, we talked about how we lost to Celtic, 4 goals to nothing. It was a thrashing. We didn't even play as anyway. We didn't even play anything. The measure of the sort of performance on that day didn't even come close to measuring how well we played today. We nearly lost to Ryan Reynolds' team, actually, and we're lucky. I think we beat them. I think that day Liverpool also got in a fight or so. For me, this is nothing. You know what? For me, I'm done with Alonso. Alonso out, really. But Jay, let's hear you. Your thoughts, your observations from the game. Are you concerned? But let's see. Let's hear you.
Not at all. Not concerned at all. This is preseason, and it has been treated like a preseason. In no normal game, you would see, changes like we are seeing in preseason friendlies. Uh, Entire lineup almost flipped after 60 minutes. This is not going to happen in normal time. You only get four or five substitutions in uh, Premier League or real football, and here you are getting unlimited substitutions. So that changes the mentality totally. And I have to mention again, some people might not accept this, but the pitch looks terrible. Throughout the preseason, the pitches has been horrible, and I am pretty sure that the players have been reluctant, and it looks like more of a cardio session rather than a football match. Juventus themselves had nothing in this game. It was a wonder shot by one of them players, which was unsavable. Now let me remind you, this player who scored the goal had 0 goals and 0 assists last season in 19 matches for Juventus. So this is how random this goal was. It came out of nothing, and yeah, I mean that goal defined the whole game. You can't really ask for more. Uh, Look, the main important thing for me is that Alonso is learning a lot, the good or the bad, about players, about the squad, about his tactics. What not to do is something he's learning a lot, right? So applying all those things that he might avoid in the real matches in Premier League, he is trying them here, and he is, even if he is failing in those chances, that's a good thing. He might eradicate them from his mind, and we might not see these problems when the real tournament starts. So I'm not worried at all. It will take time. There has been a lot of changes throughout the match, and it's not even half of the team is playing uh, together. Uh, so Kaiser also first game still looked really sharp as well. So I'm not really worried about anything.
And if
And
this was a
preseason, I
serious game, there's no way he'd make that many changes after first half. Knowing, I
no,
think probably he probably knew before making those changes that there's a chance it leads to us conceding.
yeah,
And
we
we're
were
not going
losing
to be, you
one.
could say, we're not going to be able to assert ourselves like we did during the first half. So I think let's
Absolutely,
not overreact. Let's please, you say, look at it objectively and speak about it objectively and not just, you can say, let our emotions drive how we react to a preseason game, in my opinion. But go ahead, Jay.
yeah, that's my overall assessment. I am not worried at all. I am willing to trust Xavi Alonso with everything, and we still have a transfer window open. A lot of these players will leave, and a few of them will arrive again. And our key players who haven't touched the ball yet would come and play for us. And them all playing together as a 11, that would make a huge, huge difference. And I'm pretty sure that things will click a lot more better when all of them starting players will play together. So yeah, I'm not worried at all.
I'm not either, but Bobby has every right to see it the way he sees it. We'll all see things from different lenses. To some, it's the end of the world. But I'm not Bobby. It's not one of those who, on paper, is just like Kenya revolutionary, just you can say looking for someone to fight with. In Bobby's case, that's genuine concern
I
for him, and it's understandable.
I've seen preseason under Maresca where it gave a lot of the fans, including myself, a false hope that this team is going to challenge for the title. We were that good in that preseason under Maresca. And what we saw the following season was the reality. So preseason has nothing to do with what is going to happen in the real season. So yeah, because we have been proven so many times, we have proven wrong
The
so many
Pochettino
times.
preseason, especially.
Yeah, even Pochettino, when Modric was balling, and I don't know how many, random players were looking like the next avatar of Ronaldo.
All right, Dante, let's hear your observations. For me, this kid Nicole Jazuli looks way beyond his age in terms of how he applies himself on the pitch, but I don't think he stays with the first team. All of every other player on the pitch, not as bad as I've probably a lot of people will be screaming online right now, but the structure. How many times have we played with 4-4-2? That's another question. It's important for people to ask themselves. And for me, I'm gonna keep saying it. I did see patterns,
Yeah.
maybe not consistently, but that's how I see it. But Dante,
Yeah.
let's hear your observations from the game.
Yeah. Even
And
four
and,
four
and
two football
Jeremy,
player.
your message was deleted because you used all caps, and I have to say, good observation right there. We lacked creativity. That's an excellent observation, and it shows you understand football. Yeah, but Dante, let's say sorry.
Yeah, look, it wasn't quite 4-4-2. That's just football bend, how it's on
The
there. It
application
was,
shows something different, right?
yeah, no, this is just how what it, all different sites have different ones. So, yeah, it wasn't really 4-4-2. Jean Pedro was dropping back deeper into that 10 position. So, it was a hybrid of a bit, trying to figure out, which this is what preseason is, trying to figure out with the players, because these are not first team players. Let's not forget, most of these players are not first team players. There's, only Sanchez there, Caicedo, uh, probably João Pedro. Those are three. Maybe Palestro is coming in now. There's, not we're still missing a lot of starting players, and that's very important because
I think the more accurate language would be we're missing a lot of starting players.
yeah, and we
So a
still
mix
haven't
of we
seen.
have a mix of fringe players plus a few. How many starting players there? Maybe two, three, and new players and on. But go ahead, what you were saying.
Yeah, so it's just a mashup, and this is what the early preseason games are. You give those guys a go, you trim the squad down, you see who some of the young kids who can step up a bit, sending them on loan, making decision for their signing new contracts. This is what early preseason games are for. This exactly. So, and that's what we've seen these, last couple of preseason games. The real preseason really starts when you get back off the tour, when you actually get back, in London, and then those last couple of preseason games, you tend to see more, the squad trimmed down, the more the serious players getting in and starting, and still changes, but you're going to see basically, your best sort of teams, especially even in that last preseason game, you're almost going to see basically the starting 11. So very close to it. So yeah, all these tour games that are always overseas, we know what it's for. It's fitness, commercial opportunities, and having a look at players that you wouldn't normally have a look at. So yeah, look, a lot of experimentation. That's all we saw today, because I can probably tell you I probably saw 4 or 5 different formations
Did
they
you see
played out there.
pattern? I'd like you to touch on whether you saw patterns when you watched. Let's see how
Uh,
you.
so the starting 11 definitely pattern, on the right hand side, always had Quenda and Palestra linking up quite a bit. The high pressing, the pushing, Juventus back with the high pressing, not letting him try to even kick out from the back to the goalkeeper. So that was all patterns there that Alonso tends to, favor. So, but that's pretty much it, because after that, when you make 5 changes and then you make another
The
9
pattern
changes,
died.
10
Yeah.
changes, yeah, it changes completely. So it doesn't matter if we lose the game. This is not about winning, losing. It's just about getting people out there. Number one, fitness. Number two, no injuries. Number three is basically sorting out the squad players. That's pretty much what these games are for. So Yeah, there's definitely a bit of a reaction from Bobby, but that's fine. He can have that. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. Like I said, if you saw this and it's really bad like this in the last sort of preseason game, like I said, the last couple of preseason games at home, the ones that your starters are playing, well, then maybe you can have a little bit of concern. But there's zero concern in my part because, all the stuff I said, what Jay said as well, what you said, it's just yeah, it's all experimentation at this stage.
All right, I'll catch up. Then we'll hear Bobby's own observations because what he said was a response to my observations. So we'll come back to Bobby in a bit. Even though we lost, we still did well. But don't worry, we will win the next game. Even if we don't, as I said, when Ebro said in the chat we were going to win 2-0, I told him you cannot be too certain. This is preseason because the manager can make a lot of changes and everything will be that, and that will be it. So I'm going to say this. I already said it 1,000 times. If we stayed with the 11 that started, even though they weren't perfect, chances are the game could have ended in a draw. We end up winning it. Most of our potential first 11 when the season starts didn't play this March. The ones who played was only a few minutes, and they did well. Honestly, good workout for them. Good preseason game. CFC is inconsistent. I tell you now. I'm not concerned, really. This is a preseason game, and the manager made nearly 11 changes in the second half. Yep, Alonso out. I'm with that. Let him be gone immediately. It's not too early. The EPL starts in 2 weeks, Palmer. Anything we saw against Tottenham, there was nothing special. Okay, that's you. And yeah, let's see. Don't mention his name. Alonso. Yeah, okay. That must not be a Chelsea fan there, Mr. I'm not sure what your name is. Don't worry about it. Start screaming Alonso out. That's fine by me. I don't care really. I am starting a 14-day fasting for I hate you already, really. It's too early to say you can if you want to. That's you. I'm not gonna stop you. Honestly. If you can start screaming Alonso out. Chelsea Godfather says that Bobby is overreacting. The first aim is fitness. Second, no injuries. Third, trim the squad. We controlled the game much better, but needed to be more
Well
creative
said.
and needed to take our chances. That is an excellent observation from someone who understands football. And by the way, go check out his YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. Click the 3 dots to his name. Click on go to channel. Be sure to subscribe and let's help him continue to grow. I can't wait to have him on the panel here someday. I've forgotten the command for his YouTube channel, actually. I don't know why I don't remember. Let's see what else we have here. Rosinia, how is England manager going to win at Chelsea? Alonso, let's see. The theories will be flying around. All right, let's see. Anything else that I feel I will waste my energy reading here? I'm not doing that again. I'm not reading any of your comments again because at this time you're trolling. This team will be lucky to finish 10th. Okay. And that's and he was happy what Bobby said, but that's fine. You have every right to support Bobby. But I think right now you're trolling or you're not a Chelsea fan. Or maybe you don't understand football, really, given what you're saying. Coach, we need new midfielders. We literally have no creative passes in the midfield. People want to sell Enzo, but Lavia, Caicedo, Esugo have no creative passing at all. We keep losing that battle. And I'm going to say this, that's an excellent observation. We lacked creativity. Yeah, the most creative player on the day, you could argue, for me, I think Kenda, Palestra, Estavo did create a few. I think he was actually one of the most creative players on the day. And I think that's why probably we're looking to sign more midfielders. Even if Enzo stayed, I think we will sign another player with excellent vision and passing range. I don't think we're going to the season without signing another player, especially if we're certain, if the club knows that Enzo Fernandez is bent on leaving and nothing, there's no way to convince him to stay. So I think we know that, and the manager will be seeing that, and that's why it's preseason. And that's one thing I can agree upon is that, yeah, we didn't create enough on the day. But we didn't, in totality, we didn't create enough, but we had enough chances to actually put the game away in the first half. Palestra missed 2 clear chances. One, I would have rather he squared it to Jackson. I think it was Jackson that was waiting for him, but that's why it's preseason. I'm sure the manager, he would take note of that and then advise him to next time almost always look for his better positioned teammates to ensure we score. Had he squared the ball to Jackson and Jackson puts it away, did put it away, then yeah, we'd be talking about 1-1 draw, even winning. But that's why it's preseason once again. You have to be patient. I think we're good. We're working to address all the issues we had last season. We need creative midfielders. I agree. Go out and sign either Adam Wanton. If we're looking for anybody that will be creating closer to the box, I don't think Wanton is the answer. Yeah, Kopama is a creator. As much as I don't, Rogers also can create. Actually, I learned he created. I think he had 13 plus assists last season. That's
14,
not
yeah.
bad. Yeah,
That's right.
so that's not bad. So with him on the pitch, we'll see more creativity. But do I want us to start as I've said this, my argument at the time when we are still looking at Rogers, that if we're signing Rogers as a 10, I'm not for it. I'd rather we sign a player that is, you could say, more of a creator, more of a traditional 10, good at that focuses on creating for his teammates, of course, that at the end of the season will get double digits in like 20 assists or even more. That's the sort of 10 that I was looking for. But Rogers not bad signing. I think Alonso can get him to focus on creating more also for his teammates, and that number, or the number he achieved last season, could actually double because he has it in him. He pulls off that special line breaking passes every now and then, or defense splitting passes, so to speak, every now and then. He has it in him. So I'm not too concerned, but yeah, we lacked creativity today, and I think maybe we need to sign one more. Let's see what happens. Manu Kone from AS Roma as well too. What else do we have here? Chelsea Blue says, Coach, our midfield plays so slow. It's actually annoying that they are scared to make forward passes all the time, always side all back. Maresca DNA. Did I say Maresca's DNA today? I wouldn't say that. Maybe I need to watch the game again. Big up to you too, the United States of Joseph. Always nice to see you, my bro. We need to have a conversation and plan a collaboration, bro. Always nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. You're a moderator now. You can always share the link to your YouTube channel so people can go check it out. That was natural understanding between Kenda and Palestra. I agree. That's a pattern too. Yeah, pattern is when it doesn't have to be the whole team. Even with the whole team, actually, in the final thought, we pressed as a unit. That's a pattern too. So forget you trying to twist it how it suits your own narrative to say you're the only one that is correct. Plays in a certain recognizable way. It doesn't die when you mix ups. Jesus Christ, you're very stubborn, man. All right, let's see what else do we have here. A big up to you too, bro. Estevo was the only one who impressed me today. Palestra did, kinda did. Kenda was on fire for me, in my opinion. Wasn't perfect. Remember, he wasn't fully fit and just got to play that few minutes he played today. He stayed on the pitch until the 46 minutes, and that's good. Played an entire half. Jackson, I still need to rewatch it, but I think I wouldn't mind Jackson staying and Emma going out on loan and vice versa. Tosh to replace who? Tosin. All right. Big up to you too, Toby. Always nice to see you. Appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. And yes, Chavarria and Hato did well too. Wasn't poor, but focused on defending manly. 6.9, almost 7. I'm coming, Bobby. I'll let you speak.
I
Let me
know,
just
I know you're
let's finish
scared
with
of
this
me
guy. Just
talking.
1 second. More likes. All right, Bobby. Let's hear you.
I know, Coach, he does this when he's afraid of me.
No,
Look,
never afraid of
let's
anybody's opinion. I know that's how you
let's
put it, but go ahead.
A lot of
let's
comments, Bobby.
not let's not get delusional. This was not a good performance. Now, there is a dearth in personnel. We don't have the right personnel that's good enough. Yes, preseason is about stamina, it is about fitness, it is about learning your patterns and learning your deficiencies. I will take all that. But a team that's ready to compete at the highest level shows a lot of signs. Now, if you had watched the Arsenal game against Genoa, they also played with a lot of their youngsters, a lot of academy, but the cohesion, the coordination, the execution of the game, despite their mistakes, was night and day compared to what we're doing. We are far away from a Premier League start. And by the way, the last games at home, in fact, the last preseason games is this coming weekend. There's back to back games, Saturday and Sunday, Milan and some Hong Kong team on Sunday. And then there's nothing until the following Saturday at the bridge against Rayo Vallecano. So there's only one game when they return, one. And then after
So,
that,
Bobby, you were impressed by Arsenal against Bologna, a team that nearly
No,
got
no, no, no,
relegated last
Dante, hold
season.
on. Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him
it
finish.
it doesn't matter. It is the way you execute. Even when we played the Sydney game, we weren't particularly impressive in execution. And the get out of jail card was, oh, that's the first preseason game. We have to give ourselves some pressure. We're Chelsea Football Club. There are standards. Winning is everything in football. You go into a game, you go in to win. Even if you're going to prepare your stamina or this, that, and the other, you go in to win. Now, having said all that, there have been shades of light. I thought Quenda, who I was very skeptical about, has given some good account of himself. Penders, the way he came out and collected that cross, gave a big tick for himself. The goal, well, that any that's completely not his fault. There were one or two, and Esteval eventually started showing something. But I just say, well, Esteval's a kid, a wonderful player, but we can't heap everything on his shoulders. Where also we also cannot heap everything on Morgan Rogers' shoulders. Morgan Rogers needs other players to help him perform, and that midfield at the moment is very disturbing.
All right.
Lavia, performance below par. Asugo, I'm not even sure what he was doing. Caicedo is always Caicedo. And then what? Even if we have Enzo back, we still need that guy, that midfield stalwart there. And as you say, and I agree, it has to be somebody who can pass the ball as well as stand up in that defensive midfield position. Adam Wharton is going to cost a lot of money. If we have the money, I would say put it on him. Because if we lose that midfield fight in the Premier League, it's curtains.
All right, Bobby, are you open to a counter question? Dante, you have a question for him, or should I go ahead with
Yeah,
my question?
please, please.
Okay,
I'm
let me go ahead with my question. You talked about you comparing how they get you could say our togetherness may be to that of Arsenal. Arsenal, do they have a new manager, and are they learning a new approach?
No, they don't have a new manager, and no,
Are
they're
they
not
learning a new
learning
approach? Are
a
they learning
new
a new
approach.
approach? No,
But
they don't.
that
So
that
that's
can't be
why,
served up as an
irrespective, I'm
excuse.
coming and I'm
We're
coming.
going into the same competition. Nobody cares
Can I
if you've
finish,
got a new
Bobby?
manager.
Can I finish? You've agreed they don't have a new manager, they're not learning a new approach, and they haven't made as many changes, you could argue. Even and let me leave the changes aspect. They are playing with something, a particular approach that they are all familiar to. Nothing new to learn. If anything, it's just for them mainly fitness and trying to stay, you can say not to get hurt. But in our case, we are learning a new approach. And for me, did we play badly in the bad in the bad? Did we not? I'd say we played well in this game. The only thing we didn't do was win the game. And I said that when we made that many changes, that we're probably going to concede. Not a problem for me. You get the point I'm trying to make here.
The Premier
And
League is
had we not made,
unforgiving.
had the manager not make, had he, let's assume he left the 11 that started the game on the pitch. Chances are the game could have ended in a draw, or we could have won it. But it's pre-season. He had to give other people minutes and also see what they're able to do on the pitch. For me, this is nothing. In all honesty, Bobby, with all due respect, once again, you are overreacting. We even talked to the extent of referencing our loss to Celtic and how we nearly lost against Ryan Reynolds' team. What did they call it again? Levi Colwell got so frustrated on the day that he even fought someone. This is a preseason game. We still have about I think at least three games to go. Even if this
2
was the
over
last
the
preseason
weekend and then
game,
1.
I'm just saying, even if this was the last preseason game and it ended the way it did, I get it. One thing we all agree is that we lacked creativity.
For sure.
But I wouldn't look at this game and say we were so upful that, yeah, that actually suggests that we're definitely going to struggle during the course of the season. No, come on. But I respect your opinion, and I know there's nothing I would say that would change your mind. And certain players, as bad as I know, and some of them that I know aren't good enough, that will be better off going on loan, you seem to speak about them with preconceived bias, or maybe already preconceived, you could say, mindset that they're not good enough. You don't even when they perform better, you don't even accept it.
Like who?
Like, for instance, Gittins, he's been doing well until today, irrespective of how badly you think he played today.
Gittins is
You can't
lightweight.
expect that player to play very well every game. He's a human
I
being.
expect an impact. That's what I expect. And his impact is next to nothing. But it's okay. I mean, he's our player. He's going to be in the squad. But don't hang your hat
You were
on
asking the
Gittins.
other day, because of how well he was doing during the game, you were asking what changed. You were surprised.
Yeah, against Sydney, what do you call it?
It doesn't matter against who, because
And only for about 20 minutes.
Because if he played bad on the day, you'd be slating him the whole time. So
Yep.
I'm not, Bobby, we're not fighting here. I know you understand that. We've come a long way. But in all honesty, and with all due respect, once again, you're just overreacting. Honestly, are we perfect yet? We're not perfect, and that's
Okay,
why
look
this
at
is what this is why preseason is important for the manager. It's an opportunity for him to try things, experiment, learn what to do and what not to do with certain players.
Would you say Welbeck was better than Delap today?
I'm off the bat. I would say yes, because you were the only reason you've refused to look beyond that chance that Welbeck missed. Off the bat, I would say yes. Maybe let us look at their numbers to see what are the aspects of their game, how they did. The lab didn't do badly when he came on. He did well, but I wouldn't just go, which I know is exactly what you're doing, because yeah, we've come a long way, and I know you well enough. You're finding it difficult to look beyond that miss, because you did say at the time that had that been the lab, people would be slating him till forever. You've not been able to look beyond that chance he missed to accept that, yeah, he did well on the day, even though this was his first appearance for Chelsea during a preseason game. It's a human thing. Sometimes subconsciously something drives, you could say, our opinion of certain people, leading to us being biased even without knowing it. But one thing I respect is that irrespective of how we see it, it's all coming from a place of love. And this is Chelsea perspective. What we do here is debate. We're not here to celebrate you can say just to drink, have, and say, yeah, we all agree. No. If we all agree, then we don't have a show. Go ahead, Bobby.
I look ahead to the opposition. Gimenez has now joined Arsenal. It looks like Vinicius Jr. has declined his Real Madrid contract offer, so Arsenal is going to come in heavy for him. Add those two to that team, and these are the people we're competing against. With this, it's comical. Absolutely comical. We are
Bobby, something else
nowhere
also, you're
near.
letting the
We're
signings
nowhere
of other
near. Well,
clubs.
they matter. We're nowhere near top four. Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. The personnel in midfield could be what would destroy the whole
You know
season
what,
if that
Bobby? We're
doesn't
gonna get
change.
relegated. You know what? We're gonna get relegated. To heck with it. And Xabi Alonso out for all I care. But go ahead with your
No,
opinion,
I'm
Bobby.
not saying that, but if you
I
want to put
mean,
it that way, you know, if that midfield
Look,
doesn't change, that
look, Bobby. The
midfield
part where
doesn't
I agree
change,
with Bobby,
curtains. Top 10 is the best you can hope for. The team is not good enough.
the part where I agree with Bobby is the midfield. I actually think, and I have been speaking about this for a while. I think we got numbers, we got real numbers in midfield, but a lot of them lack genuine quality to be a Chelsea player. And maybe Enzo will come and he will solve a few issues about the
or maybe
creativity.
we'll make
But
another midfield signing, as we've heard we could do.
yeah, we absolutely have, and I think the so-called poor performances that we are seeing in this preseason, I think it does stem down from that midfield because we do not see central creativity at all, and all our genuine attacks have been coming
It does.
from the wings, which is a bit over-reliant. But then again, I expect the club to sign one of Alex Scott or Wharton, regardless of Enzo Fernandez, which might solve a few of our issues in terms of creativity. But I still think that physicality is an element that is genuinely missing from that midfield,
Physicality. You don't
which
know how
Bruno
to
might have
say it.
solved it.
I loved that. Dante killed me yesterday on the father. He knew the time Bobby says it, but go ahead, Jay. Sorry, I apologize. I didn't mean to cut you off. Jay, you there? Sorry, I apologize. Where is he? Was he disconnected? Okay, I'm not sure. It looks like they're all not available. All right, I'm gonna scroll to the very bottom, but as I do that, I'll say hello to those of you that I haven't said hello to. Hello to my bro. Gratitude, always nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. Doesn't like Gittins, doesn't think Gittins will ever be a top player. Let's see, it's preseason. No. He's entitled to his opinion. But one thing is right. I agree with Bobby that we do need a midfield signing. But where we disagree is to start losing my SHIT and saying we played badly today. No, I observed an issue. We lacked creativity. And you could argue had Cole Palmer being on the pitch and we had Morgan Rogers both, we're probably not going to see it from that end. Big up to you too, Mike and New. Always nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. The chat is on fire. I can't read everything. I have 68 unread messages. Jay, let me know when you're back and ready to speak again. I understand your take about Arsenal playing better than Chelsea. We have a new manager, lots of kids, and it takes a while for them. So the same, you and I on the same page on that aspect. In that aspect, let's see what else we have here. My bro is in the house. Sugo needs to go out on loan. It looks like it, but let's see what the manager does. How did he get the captain's armband today? Sell Enzo Fernandez.
Caicedo just gave it to him. I don't think anybody's
And who was
really
on the
worried
pitch?
about.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the better
Lavia
person
was
to
Lavia.
give it to would have been Sanchez, right, Bobby?
Not
Well,
Lavia. I think
Sanchez came
Lavia
on.
was.
No,
It
Sanchez
doesn't
kicked them
matter.
off.
I mean,
Sanchez
you
was
all
off,
are
yeah.
saying it's just a preseason, and he did just a preseason thing. I don't think it matters. But it's
Okay,
But
true,
the
you
other
know.
Bobby,
option,
you win. That's a banger comeback right there. Since it's a preseason, he did the preseason thing.
Exactly.
I, I agree. Jay, go ahead.
Lavia was the other option to be captain, but I'm not sure that he has played more minutes than Isugo. So that's
Exactly.
why I think Isugo might be the only option as a captain. But look, I was cut off by some internet problem. I would agree with Bobby about the midfield, and a lot of these issues that concerns Bobby can be solved if we strengthen our midfield area. We got numbers, and I do not think, with the utmost respect for Isugo and to some degrees respect for Lavia, I don't think they improve us in any shape or form. They are just bodies and number who are lacking a lot of quality on the ball. And again, the injury factor with Lavia, he can just go out anytime, you know. And Isugo, he might be good enough for cup games, but that's it. So that leaves our midfield wide open, right? With only Caicedo. And we saw Caicedo was one of the best players on the pitch in that first half. So gen quality players do improve the overall quality of the team, and that is where we need to strengthen. Bruno Guimaraes would have been perfect. He was my dream signing. He would have improved us massively,
But
would have
we
given
for a
Caicedo the
reason we weren't
freedom.
interested, right?
I don't know. Well, he was totally stuck on Arsenal. I think that was the reason why we had no chance. He was just not looking at anywhere but Arsenal, and you can't really do anything in such a scenario. Uh, and other than that, we don't look. The market is also not that great in terms of midfield. Alex Scott and Wharton, as I mentioned, they are going to improve us massively in terms of creativity, but defensively we would still be wide open, and that is something that needs to be worked on in the next couple of weeks of the transfer window. But yeah, I agree with Bobby's concern about the midfield because that is genuine. There is
I
problem
think
in
we
the
all
midfield.
agree on that. And I don't see us going into the season without sorting that out, which is why we've heard that there will still be a midfield bomber, according to the transfer guru himself. Sorry, Jay, were you still speaking?
No, no.
All right. And Kenya Revolutionary just taught me something I didn't know. Wow, he says Morgan Rogers is a ball carrier. I didn't know that. Yeah, thank you for that lesson. I appreciate that. Barco is good enough. Let's see where he fits. Whether the manager keeps him, we don't know. I think he's a good player, but everything comes down to what the manager wants. I think he has to see him up close and then decide what to do with him. He could keep him as a wing back, or I don't know. We'll see. Anything else? No, it gets intense sometimes. Even Bobby, I think, is losing his voice, but not down to the debate on the show. But that's why it's Chelsea perspective. It's never a union, always a debate, and we like it like that. I'm calm now. Maybe I need ice water myself, like I asked Hakim to get yesterday. Anything else? Big up Vic. What else do we have here? Let's see. He sees everything in training. Big up, Vic. Anything else? Wrexham, yeah, Wrexham. 74 comments. I'm sorry, I can't read everything. I just have to scroll to the very bottom, and then I'll try to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. So I think it's about time we go news hunting. Because yeah, I don't know if anybody else want to say anything about the game. Jay, anything else you want to add? Dante looks like he's gone. Any private message? It looks like Dante is gone. Vic, you guys are cooking me in the chat. All right, ice water, coach. Yeah, I need it. Like I asked Hakim to go get because he was blowing hot like Bobby yesterday. Bobby, anything else you want to talk about before we go news hunting to see if any news emerged as the show progressed?
Let's go news hunting.
Not going to use the software we created. It's making a lot of mistakes. The presentation software, which helps us avoid the system slowing down because X drains the heck out of the system memory. But before I do that, Dante, anything else you want to talk about before we go news hunting? You're back. Yeah, it looks like you were disconnected.
Yeah, just with the midfield, I heard a bit of the midfield talk. Yeah, I mean, we played a 16-year-old kid today, and before that we played another 17-year-old kid, a 19-year-old kid. So look, we didn't have that creativity in midfield. He's obviously experimenting there a little bit, having a look at these players. So look, we don't forget Barco. We have Barco who's coming in. He's a very creative player. Press resistant, can keep the ball very well. Henderson has also come in as well. Even though he's more on the mature side, but he's very experienced, and he's a Xavi Alonso type of player that holds the ball very well and controls the tempo. and can just sit as one of the DMs there. He doesn't have to do that much running, but his IQ is, very high. So we do have some more options in midfield. Like obviously, Lavia, he's back. We saw a little bit of him there. We know how good he is. He's a very press resistant player, very good at passing as well, beating the
He
press.
actually had a good half.
Yeah, so he came back. He looked very good again. So yeah, we know the injury record, but you know, you c- other other than that, he's a very very good player, very talented, and would do a very good role under Alonso. So look, we've got quite a bit of midfield. Let's not forget Enzo, of course. Enzo's not there. He's the main creative playmaker that we
We're
have
not
as well.
certain. We're not
So
certain whether he stays or goes.
yeah, but as for now, he's still a Chelsea player and he's still part of the plan. So we don't know yet till he comes back because uh, that's the other thing. The World Cup, we did say the World Cup will delay stuff a bit because the manager's not
Honestly,
going to have
Dante,
the players.
honestly, Dante, if our midfield hope rests on the shoulders of the likes of Valentin Barco, then God help us. We may as well
Why
just
is
pack
that,
up
Bobby?
now.
You don't even know who
And
he is or how he plays.
man, he's nowhere near the standard that's going to be required to
Okay.
compete in the Premier League. He can't do that.
It's
And why
your
is that,
opinion.
Bobby? Can you elaborate?
Physicality,
Just you're going. Yeah, I
too
know. That, yeah,
small.
that's it. That's
You
it.
put
All
him
right,
in the
go ahead.
middle there, and the better teams will absolutely steamroll Chelsea unless we have somebody that is physical enough to play alongside him. But as we are
And how are
now,
you? How are you certain we're not going to get any physical enough player to
well,
play alongside
I'm
him?
just giving you an example, and I'm saying that as we are now, no chance.
Uh huh.
Well, I've seen him
Okay.
play along not physical players, and they've done very well against very good teams. So I have seen it.
Where
Bobby, he's an international for, he's pretty much next in line in that midfield for Argentina. He's not a nobody. He's a very young, talented player. And I think you probably like him when you see
All
him
right.
play. He's very tenacious.
Here's and I don't think Balco is the final piece of the puzzle. No, he's not to the puzzle.
No,
Or maybe
no, I'm not saying that.
what
No.
would be the most accurate way to phrase it? But we're still gonna sign a midfielder. I know Bobby wouldn't even let you drop because he's not a big fan of his, given his
no,
the fact that he's
Well,
vertically
when
challenged,
you
not
only look at height,
necessarily
yeah, of
because of
course
his
not.
overall. But
Yeah.
yeah,
no,
exactly, not
they're
necessarily
just they're
because
just
of his.
gonna they'll swat him in the Premier League. If he comes
Okay,
in that
yeah.
midfield
Mhm.
along somebody as tiny as Caicedo and the other tiny guys we have, they'll just steamroll us.
So Caicedo gets steamrolled all the time, does he? He doesn't get steamrolled.
Well, a
He's
tree
not big.
doesn't make a forest, does it? You need other players. Caicedo played well today, but he was deficient. He had a 16-year-old beside him. What can you do with that? You
All
know,
right,
Exactly.
Dante.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right,
That's
Dante.
why.
Let's hear your opinion. Go ahead.
Yeah, these games, there's no point. Like that's what I said. He's a 16-year-old. Yes, we're not going to look that good in that central midfield area because we got a 16-year-old playing there. It's an experiment, so we're not going to have that. And the other players, like I said, the World Cup. I knew this would be a problem. They're going to be delayed coming back. A lot of the good, they're just not even back. There's still four key players missing. They're
Hmm.
gonna come back now, and the ones that have come back, they just started training now. So Alonso's only been with them a week, so you can't expect too much straight away that way. But look, it'll get better. Bob, you should know this. The first few preseason games, it's nothing. They don't mean nothing. You don't see nothing. You hardly see any too much patterns, too much stuff because even the managers are trying new stuff and playing different formation. We probably won't even see that formation. That will not be our formation going forward, starting
I
the
don't think
season.
we know. I don't think we know a lot now. We've seen variations, and when it's forward to the application, it suggests it's a different structure. But go ahead with what you're saying, Dante.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. He's experimenting variables with personnel available as well, and he's looking at things right now. He's experimenting. That's these first few weeks they're experimenting. So yeah, it's not just. But we do have some good midfielders there, and we do have some good midfield depth. And we did sign Henderson for a reason, not just to be a cheerleader. He will play. He will play. He's been signed for a reason. He wouldn't have come just to be a cheerleader. He will play. He played 30 games last season, so he will actually get some game time and he will play. Like I said, Barco, people are just sleeping. They're forgetting about him. So I just thought to mention him when he comes back now as well. Well, he'll be integrated into the squad as well. So look, do we need another midfielder? It just depends on Enzo if he stays or leaves. But as we currently do, we're probably okay. Can we add another one? Well, it depends on the profile of player
Outgoings.
and availability. It's not that simple and straightforward.
All right. As I've said, for me, I haven't seen anything that I today that that I'd go. Yeah, we're in trouble. We're not perfect. Yeah, we all agree we lacked creativity today. And I agree. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. News hunting, I haven't seen anything that is worth discussing except the Pep Chavarria update that, yeah, we're finalizing the deal. It's taking longer than I expect. Says, let's see, says Barco is an average player. Okay. You're entitled to your opinion. I don't think he's average. And as I've said, a lot of people just have refused to look beyond the Barco he was at Brighton. Am I certain he stays? I'm not sure. Anything can still happen. The manager, he hasn't seen him up close. As we stand, that midfield is weak to cry. Henderson is not here to be a cheerleader. I think he gets to play. He's be a cheerleader like the American girls in college, like funny and blue or whatever. I'm not. Be
So
careful what you write there.
your midfield future is dependent on the story of a on the availability of a washed up 36-year-old.
Who said that? Who said that? When?
Well, I'm saying that. I'm asking the question.
No, I'm saying there's a chance we sign another midfielder. It's a huge chance, actually, according to what's being said. We can sign. Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen. I haven't said that, and I don't know anybody who said that. It's zero. The lab zero, no difference. Yeah, okay. If you're concerned, that's you. Deal with it. It's just here for the vibes. Barco, he must be trolling. Okay, let's see. Barco, his physicality is a problem. It's a blue coat siding. Maybe we can try him out at as a left wing back. Turkening into midfield if he's paired with anyone other, just like Bobby is suggesting. Okay, let's see. We've been finalizing Pep Chavarria deal since that one I've been laughing, but it's a complicated deal, and again, if you do your research, you see the reason why it's been like that. Anything else? Yeah, nothing there. I haven't seen nothing else to discuss here. Except the game. And this one that clarifies that Chelsea are not interested in Diogo Costa. Club happy with the existing goalkeepers. I think Kenda today surprised me. Did better again. That's the first time I'm actually seeing him come out and claim the ball. But Dante, maybe because I haven't watched him long enough. Because that has always been my biggest concerns with him. His lack of ability to command his box. But he did well today. Made an excellent save, I must say. But yeah, I wasn't certain we were looking to sign Diego Costa, but I'd still say this: if the opportunity presents itself, I think we'd still sign him. That's all.
Yeah,
That's all I
we've
can say
talked
for
about it.
now.
But yeah, I don't think so. Like I said, you bring him in now, you basically lose Sanchez and probably Penders. So I don't think the club would want that. It's not a smart move, to be honest. So there's a pathway there for Penders. He's done the pathway at Strasbourg. He's in here now. He can have this year of acclimatizing and maybe even take over Sanchez if he's good enough. If not,
Mhm.
Sanchez will stay number one. Next season, things are different, obviously. But for this season, I don't see any change. I just don't see, bringing in a new goalkeeper right now. It just doesn't make sense to me, to be honest. Because like I did say, Sanchez is becoming quite a leader as well in that dressing room. He's very well respected by the players as well. And yeah, you're taking that away. Yeah, I don't think they'll be doing that and breaking the pathway for Penders maybe to, even if he doesn't do that well, he probably will get a chance the year following year anyway, because then Sanchez becomes in his last 2 years of contract, and we know what that happens when that happens. Usually you're sold or you sign a new contract, and most likely it will probably then be Penders' time. If you sign Diego Costa now, well, you're kind of breaking that up, and yeah, you're going to upset both the other players. I know we're Chelsea, I know we want the best, but there is a pathway for a reason. Uh, from what I've seen, they're going to give those guys a go first, because Penders is a massive talent. Let's not deny it. He's a very, very big talent. So, yeah,
I
I
think he
think,
showed that in the few minutes we've seen of him. He
Yeah.
yeah,
certainly
so
looks
I
better
don't see there's any
than
change. You're not
Sanchez.
going to upset it right now and do something like that. So I don't see it happening, no.
Go
I
ahead,
just
Bobby.
want to add
You were
something
saying
here,
something. Yeah, go
Coach.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I mean, what is the team? What is this Chelsea team? I don't know. I keep hearing, oh, this person's going to go, this person's going. Who are the players? Because this team is deficient. I don't know. Nobody else has this problem. Man City know their team, quote unquote. Maybe some will go. Arsenal, Liverpool, you name it, even the lower sides, they kind of know their team. I don't know who is this team. We
Okay,
brought
Bobby,
in a few players.
in what
What
sense
do
do
you
you mean
mean,
like
Bobby?
the outgoings?
Who is going to constitute this team? Who are they? Because what I'm seeing is not good enough. Yeah, we got João Pedro with who up front? Is 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 uh
Alone. He's the
is
striker.
uh I mean, everything is about a squad, isn't it? Is Welbeck really going to be good enough? 35, 36-year-old Welbeck. Well, we've seen that a bit of that today. It's all
You weren't
disjointed
praising him
and
the other day, Bobby,
disorganized.
saying it's a
Dante,
fantastic
let's have
signing.
him drop. Let's let Bobby drop. Go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah, it's all disjointed, it's all disorganized, it's all uncertain. Oh, we're trying this, maybe that, maybe. And it's true. It is a whole load of maybes right now. And that's where I have concern because time goes quickly. Before you know it, bang, it's the weekend. Then bang, it's the next week. Then bang, Premier League starts. Where are we? What have we got? We haven't even got a team. We don't even look like a team.
All right,
Bobby,
Bobby.
not
I'm not
right
sure. I'm
now.
not sure what else to tell you. If you're going by what you've seen in preseason to decide we don't have a team, I will have you. Your concern, you deal with it. I'm not sure how to respond to this, but Dante, maybe you have a response.
I don't, because I mean this happens to every team every season. This early in preseason, you're not going to have your team out there, your first team. So I don't know what Bobby is trying to say. We know who our key players are, and we know who our starters are, and I'm not sure what he's trying to say, really, to be honest.
I can't help Bobby. He has his concerns. One thing we all agree with Bobby is that we need to see a difference in the midfield. But let's see what the club does, honestly. But that's it. Haven't seen anything that got me seriously concerned that we're in
Okay,
trouble.
I'll
This,
give you
this.
an example.
Mhm.
We played Tosin to start today. Minute we're here, no Tosin's leaving. We played who else to start today? Neto didn't even get off the bench. It's all even Modric. Oh, he might be good. So what is the team? Who is really, really staying? We have one or two we know are staying. The rest, what is this? If they're leaving, what's the point in playing them in pre-season? What have we learnt from playing Tosin if he's out the door? This is my frustration
But we don't
because
know
the
he's out the
team
door,
has a
Bobby.
lot of disjointedness.
Go ahead.
We don't know he's out the door. How do we know he's out the door? I don't understand. What do you mean?
We're
No
not.
one said.
It's not a certainty. I think Bobby's going by Fabrizio's report,
Yeah, but
which
that was
is,
just an opinion. It was an
that's an
opinion from
yeah.
Fabrizio. He said, "I think maybe."
Yeah, I
Uh,
think
And
Tosin is leaving.
wasn't it even Badiashile we saw in defence today as well?
no,
What's
No,
that
no,
about?
Badiashile
him and
is
Disasi, they're
gone.
gone. They're gone. They're already gone. You're not going to see those guys again.
Bobby, calm down. I think we'll be all right. I think we'll probably sign one more CB.
Well, don't forget
One
we have
more,
Lacroix coming in, a very
yeah.
important
Yeah,
CB.
but beyond
So
Lacroix, we
we haven't
still
even
sign
seen
one
him
more
yet.
CB. Yeah.
So your Colwell, Palmer, Rogers. We've got a lot of players still to come into this. Enzo, if he stays, we've got players coming in. We've got the players. The profiles are there. Uh, the left wing back Chavarria, we're just signing. He's coming in. He'll be playing Palestra, the right wing back. He'll be probably the right wing back starting. Like I said, it's preseason, Bobby. We haven't even played
Well,
that formation yet
if the
because we don't have
players that
those
is
a
if
lot
the
of the
players
players
that
yet.
he's going to use are not yet here, so what has he
Correct.
learnt from pre-season? It's just
About the
been a waste of
periphery of the
time.
squad.
Sorry.
Bobby, would you rather
The
we don't sign
periphery
those
of the
players?
squad.
Would
Like
you rather we don't
every
sign those
year.
players? Okay, go ahead, Dante.
Every single year it's the same for any club. You learn about the first couple of weeks of the preseason, your youth and the periphery of the squad, your squad players, who to keep, who to let go, who to send on loan, who to re-sign new contracts. The proper players don't play till the last couple of games of the preseason. You know that. It's pretty much every season.
Bobby, calm down.
Yeah.
We'll be all right. I know you're worried. But I will always tell you I'm not. If you have a solid defensive line, run pendants. That's even though this is coming from somebody I don't like, I respect that. Even Sanchez with a good defensive line would still do well. His errors come with us playing out from the back.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like I keep saying, Bobby, the World Cup was a problem because he would have got the players back much earlier. So it's not ideal to get them back stagnated, and then most of your really good guys coming back really late. So it is what it is. You can't do nothing about it. Yeah, it's just what it is. But either way, you're not going to see those players anyway. They probably wouldn't have played anyway, to be honest. But he would have had them on the training pitch though, which makes a big difference.
Chill, Bobby, chill. Okay? We'll be all right. I understand. Jay, Missy Bashwai, Jay is no longer on the panel here. I think would have loved to hear that. And that's a valid question, Bobby. It looks like a lot of work. He's in the chat cooking me. I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna take away your spanner and block you. Stop supporting Bobby. Be on my side, okay? Palmer's absence was easily evident, which means less creativity. But yeah, we should be able to create and to have a lot more creativity. Palmer wasn't on the pitch. It's really that simple. Pendas missed the chance to take. I wouldn't say he missed it. He did well. He made an excellent save, in my opinion. Yeah, Mr. Okoro, thank you, Daro. I agree with Bobby. Bobby, a lot of people are agreeing with you there in the chat. Let's see. What else do we have here? It's really not looking good here. No teamwork in that team, really. Okay. Bobby is talking about the main core of the team. Why is that? Because I really don't understand. But he rephrased it how I understand why we're playing certain players when we're certain they're leaving. But when we believe they're leaving, maybe, but we're not certain any players leaving. As long as they're still with the team there, we can go by speculations and maybe conclude a certain player would definitely leave. You guys should stop giving excuses for this football we have seen so far. What's wrong with this, Mr. Okafo? Okoro? What excuse for a preseason game? Who's making excuses? We're discussing what we saw during the game, and some people see it differently. But one thing we agree, we need midfield. The midfield wasn't it today. We lacked creativity also. So who's made excuse today, Mr. Okafor? Satpive used on the wings, Mudrik should have come on before him. It's not a serious game. Why go through that process of doing all those things? Tosin makes everyone next to him worse. That sounds like Jay. Jackson did more than all our attackers did what he did and could have scored had Palestra squared that ball to him. All right, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom and I'll try the best I can to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. Satpive is third choice behind Palmer and Esther will loan him out. Let's see what happens. Let him get his work permit first. Bobby is worried on like Kuchila who says, I'm not concerned. I'm not, really. I'm not really. And let's see what Jay has to say here. I can't read everybody's comments. It's just too much and I'm tired. What the player, 16-year-old Jesuli, he doesn't look out of place. Way mature beyond his age. I reckon Xabi will use him the most than all other academy players. But one thing is certain, he's probably going to still be playing with the academy, but be called upon every now and then to come and play with the first team.
Or to
He's
sit on
that
the
good,
bench,
really.
yeah,
I
just for the
like him, yeah.
experience. But like we saw Watson, he was the one played, but now it was Jazuli, so we didn't see Watson at all. So it's just like I said, he's looking at the players. This is a lot of stuff that's contractually, etc. That you're playing these players for certain reasons as well. It's not just to look at them. It's also for the business in a way.
Yeah, let's see. Tosin and Buddy need to follow Chalobah out the window. Let's see. We've heard that he's leaving, which is, you can say to some extent, an opinion. It looks like Alonso likes Anselmino. It looks like he likes him too, I agree. As backup for Colwell Fofana, if he doesn't perform this season, it's time up. Lacroix, James, that's it. We sure need another centre-back, and it looks like we're definitely going to sign another centre-back. Sad to hear our owners happy with our current goalkeeper. Is it our owners or the manager? Can you stop the owners for me nonsense? Honestly, it's the manager. If the manager wants another goalkeeper, we'll get another goalkeeper. Even if our owners say, even if we hear that what's his name, Todd Bowley is dating Robert Sanchez, and if the manager says, nah, I don't want him, he's gone. It's only that simple. We've seen enough to know that that's the case. So stop the gimmick of trying to make up nonsense about the owners again. Pendas reacted well, but that goal was unsavable. I agree. That's one thing you and I agree with today. Anything else to read here? I'm tired. I can't read everything. We will finish. Maybe we're gonna get relegated too, if that's what you want. But why am I even reading that sort of comment? Chances are you're not a Chelsea fan. It's not a serious game. Juventus are Australian league level. If we're losing to Juventus, when are we when they are on the beach, you will panic when crunch time comes. I don't care what I just read. I really don't give shit about it. See it how you see it. If you want to go to use your belt, put it on the fan and do whatever you want to do about it, that's you. Honestly, I'm tired of you can
Why
say
are people
overstate.
taking this game so serious?
I'm tired of you overstate. No, that's weirdest thing. I'm tired of you taking it the way you're taking it. I like all the that. Am I the only one who thinks we've looked absolutely garbage? Maybe it's only you. Not only you. Weira agrees with you. Weira, this guy here, agrees that we've been garbage. That maybe we're gonna finish 10th. Bobby worries about quality and then advocates for NATO slugging that with Bobby, not me. Ziggy says one position about this is we are having this issue is preseason. Maybe we will fix it. There's still time, and I think if we need more signings, I think we will. All right, I'm losing my voice already. We lost because we lacked concentration. I'm not gonna go that far. The moment we made that many changes, I knew we were going to concede. So I wouldn't say that. No excuses there. It's preseason with half our good players still on vacation. No, don't worry. Alonso out and we're getting relegated. That's all I can say. I'm tired, man.
It's just I told you so, unfortunately. And we have a lot of those in this fan base.
Yeah, and I see another comment here, a good one from 80 for Christ. Reminds me of my sister's email address once again. We are only finishing 10th if we played this squad in the Premier League. Exactly, especially the second half squad. Even the first half squad with Jazuli in the midfield, I think he can still play against certain teams in the Premier League and do well. But I think that's it. There isn't much out there, really. I think we just be going back and forth with those reacting. Yeah. All right. With that, we've come to the natural end of this particular edition of the Blue Morning Show. And I want to say thank you to the captain of the community, Constantine Dante, and also Jay, who was on the panel, our senior panelist, Bobby. I appreciate you for joining the conversation. Excellent debate. I'm being told why it's so serious, and you are the same fella minutes ago who said the preseason is aiming to find out who needs to leave. But that's the way you phrased it. You straight up said we're gonna finish 10th because of the way we played. What are you saying? But Wira, thank you for joining the conversation. MB05, thank you for joining the conversation. Mabasa05, who was here? Vic was here. Nemaya Fowale was also here. 80 for Christ was here. And if I miss your name, apologies. See you guys next time. God bless us all and cheers.
Cheers, guys. Take care.
From the bridge to the stand, I carry that crest in my hand. Rain on my shoulders, still I stand. Tell me who wears it like we can. Mud on the boots, heart of gold. Those stories living in the cold. Every name that the walls still hold. I was born for this, I was told. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. When the pressure comes down hard, we don't flinch, we play our part. Every scar on the badge says more than 1,000 songs before. From the first whistle to the last, we remember where we came from fast. No throne, no crown, no borrowed fame, just a city calling out that name. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold.